All right, it's officially baseball season, guys. Let's go. Welcome into Gwynn and Chris. Monday, getting together here on Gwynn and Chris. Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr., Matt Scraby, together in our Odyssey Palace studios. I believe it'll be the final Monday we are together for a long, long time. That's because Mr. Gwynn at week's end will be heading down to Peoria. I believe Sam Levitt is already there. Padres pitchers and catchers report on Wednesday. And enough of this pesky football. We've got it out of the way now after a Super Bowl, guys, that I will start off by saying I feel qualifies as a bottom 10 Super Bowl of all time. Congratulations to the Seahawks. They have a really good defense. We knew that. But I thought the game was not exactly a thriller. And I doubt it's going to be remembered for a whole lot. But Seattle is the champs today. Any thoughts on my bottom 10 ranking?
I don't know if it's bottom 10. It wasn't a great game. I think it was indicative of the type of quarterbacks that were in it, right? I mean, you go back through the last, I don't know, it's always been like the creme de la creme.
They introduced all those quarterbacks before the game. Any of them could have gone out and played better than Darnold or Drake May did.
Burrow, Mahomes, Brady.
That Joe Montana walked out there, looked like he might have been able to do just as well.
I think the inexperience in terms of those type of games.
I think it's a good call.
Kind of showed. But I also think that the guy who was more seasoned was able to center himself and make some throws and make some plays, which is all that needed to happen.
That's all they took. That's all it took. You're right.
Because their defense was so dominant in that game, and they took advantage of. Their defense was phenomenal all year, and that was on display, but they also took advantage of a second-year quarterback, no matter how many strides he has taken.
Yeah.
His youth seemed to come into play in last night's game.
I agree. My wife's comment when they showed a shot of Drake May at Super Bowl 50, they had a picture of him with his dad.
That was pretty cool.
Remember that?
It was back in the same stadium, too.
Same stadium. Drake May was at the game in Super Bowl 50. My wife said, he looks about the same. Like he hasn't really aged a whole lot. I mean, I don't want to say deer in headlights. That would be a little too harsh, I think, on him. But, you know.
He was under crazy
pressure. There's no question.
He's going to take the heat for being a bad quarterback, but his left tackle should shoulder enough of that.
Well, both of his tackles are rookies.
Yeah.
Both tackles. It's the first time.
And they were exposed.
I believe it was the first time in his Super Bowl history that both starting tackles on a Super Bowl team were rookies. So that came into play. Look, this is not on Drake May.
No.
Just like
he's going to be so much better. You would assume that he's going to be so much better.
You assume he's also going to get back there and et cetera. But I'm going to tell you right now, there is no such thing as anything close to a guarantee that he'll ever get back there.
Yeah, no, of course.
I don't think anybody thought Dan Marino wouldn't get back there. And you know what? Dan Marino looked like a deer in headlights the second year that he was in the Super Bowl. The 49ers overwhelmed him in that game way back when. Joe Burrow. I don't think he looked like deer in headlights. You thought Joe Burrow would be back. He hasn't been back yet. It's not easy to get to this game.
Nope.
And, you know, I just don't know that Drake May won't become a footnote of Super Bowl lore. We'll see how his career pans out. But Sam Darnold gets a championship. But, again, I don't know that Sam Darnold really, stood out a whole lot. I'm not going to compare him to Trent Dilfer winning with the Ravens or, even maybe I would put him on the level of about Brad Johnson winning with the Buccaneers. Because you're right, Tony. I mean, Sam Darnold missed, I think there was 8 targets for Smith and Jigba, and he got him twice. Now, a couple of them were knocked away, but I mean, this is one of the best receivers in football. He couldn't find him.
He's also going up against Gonzalez,
good corner.
Who was phenomenal against him all game long.
Well, look, it was a less than stellar Super Bowl. I mean, after all, at the end of 3 quarters, the score was 12-0. Jason Myers, the San Diego kid, was the only one who'd scored. He was Jason Myers. He 2 things on Jason. Number one, he was in the right place at the right time because all he had to do was trot out on the field and kick field goals. Like, he didn't get himself in field goal position. The bad news for him is they never set him up for like a 53-yarder. I think if he makes 1 or 2 long ones, he could have maybe won the MVP as a kicker. I think the fact that all 5 field goals were 41 yards or less, kind of chip shots for, this day and age. But still, nonetheless, exciting. I saw him on the Today Show today. So, he's riding the wave, and that's good for him. But the Seahawks win it. I don't know that we tend to overreact when a team wins the Super Bowl and say this is one of the greatest teams of all time. That remains to be seen. They have a ways to go to get into that category. But nonetheless, I mean, it was a pretty impressive performance, the way their defense. I mean, New England had, 50 yards? Until that guy ran out on the field. The guy ran out on the field, changed the momentum of the game. Drake May then threw those 2 passes and got them on the scoreboard right after that.
I think this is happening too often for Seattle for you not to be thinking about it any other way. I mean,
I know, but can they keep it together in this day and age? That's the hard thing.
They're just getting started. I mean, that's the thing. Is this is
for their sake.
I don't know about that.
It's not necessarily a hope thing either. I think they have aligned their roster so that they got a bunch of draft picks that are early contracts. Yes, they're going to have to start paying guys too, but that's going to happen in the same structure it happened when they had the Legion of Boom, and it kind of gradually got worse but they're set up right now to do this again. Now,
are you trying to say that Scraby's 49ers are going to be run over?
That's what I was saying. I don't know
for the next 3 or 4 years by the Seahawks.
I'm just saying, even if they aren't winning a division, they're going to be a problem.
I agree with that.
And based on the look of your head coach, as he was talking so nicely about how he said there were 2 defenses in the league that could win a Super Bowl as long as their offense and special teams didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
He said it was the Houston Texans and those Seahawks.
And the Houston Texans offense messed it up.
They did.
And the Seahawks didn't.
That's what Sam Darnold's job was in the playoffs. Just don't turn the ball over.
And he was flawless.
But he was flawless, but
he was flawless.
Tell me if you didn't think the very first pass he threw was going to be picked off for a pick six.
Before the show.
Of course.
How many passes did he throw look like they were going to be pick sixes?
Well, the one that went through my man's hands actually looked like it could have been a pick. But, I mean, that's part of it, right? You get a little lucky from time to time.
He did. If that's an inch into that guy's hands, it goes the other way. The whole complexion changes right off the bat. But
perfect weather in San Francisco or Santa Clara. I'm sorry. Perfect weather for the Super Bowl.
It was beautiful. So that's something that I hadn't figured you'd bring up. But
how about
okay,
Pat McAfee stirring the pot. You guys see what he said? He was basically like he was made to believe that San Francisco just was like a terrible place. And he said it, well, at least from his standpoint, where he was at, he said it looked fantastic. I mean, he was raving about.
That's what happens when a Super Bowl comes to town.
San Francisco.
San Diego cleaned up when the Padres went to the playoffs in the NLCS.
I'll never forget the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles. There wasn't a blade of traffic. People who came to LA were like, "What are you guys talking about traffic?"
I've been to San Francisco. I went to college in San Francisco. You can find those spots if you really want to look.
Look,
but
hard
I do agree.
Find them everywhere. I think is the point.
It's nice that Pat McAfee was like, "Hey, it's not as bad as everyone says."
Well, it was. I thought the game was as bad as I'm saying. I do. There were some moments. There's some things. There's not going to be a lot that I think carries on, other than the quarterback play was left a lot to be desired. We're broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Remember to listen around 5:35 today. We are still announcing biggest fans, and the winner today will qualify for a night in the Odyssey Suite at a future Padres game. We'll all be there. It'll be catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Make sure you register if you haven't done it yet. Come on, 97.3thefan, SD.com/biggest-fan, in order to potentially have your name called. We are going to get into a lot of the other things. We'll certainly talk Super Bowl today. I got 3 ups, 3 downs from the Super Bowl that I want to get into with you guys a little later, including a couple of things that I thought are a little interesting. We'll talk about that as the show goes on. Sam Dykstra from MILB.com going to give us a report. I wonder what his thoughts are on the Padres farm system, which ESPN rated as 30th best out of 30 teams. We'll see what Sam says about that. Get you ready for baseball. Scraby has put together in the 3 o'clock hour. Oh my goodness, Tony, make sure we're both sitting down for this. A Winter Olympics update. What in the world are you going to come up with?
Excited!
Oh my
about
God!
this.
You like can't believe it. I mean, did you even watch the Super Bowl, or were you just watching Olympic coverage?
Yeah, Super Bowl was on my phone. I had the Olympics
You're
up on the
so
iPod.
excited.
No,
That's the
I'm
I
just
got you.
kidding.
Scraby may fly to Italy tomorrow just to try and get a look at the Quad God. He just wants to be near the Quad God. He loves the Quad God. Can't stop talking about the Quad God.
Is the talk of the town right now. So
he is, man. All right,
I watched it. You know, the Peacock app is incredible.
Money for the Olympics. Money.
You go to the replay. You don't have to watch the thing that they do at the end of the night.
Nope.
You can go to whatever event you want and just watch it through.
Do you have to subscribe to the Peacock?
Oh
app?
yeah,
I think you do, but
but you can still see the coverage on like.
You saw how long it took me to unsubscribe from the Paramount app, Tony. I'm not risking it. Not risking it.
They made it a lot more difficult.
Woo,
I will say
ever make
Peacock does it, but
all right. So you think I should sign up for it for a couple of weeks and enjoy the Olympics through the
There's
Peacock
a free
app,
trial,
huh?
I think, going right now. I think you should take full advantage.
If you would rather watch,
look into that, but
if you would rather watch like downhill skiing than ice dancing,
right.
you can just go
you
to
can
the
just
downhill
go watch
skiing.
the downhill skiing.
That's what I was watching last night when I saw Lindsey Vonn crash.
Yeah, we'll talk about Lindsay and of course Breezy. Who wins
Breezy.
the gold medal. So it's all coming up. Gwynn and Chris underway. Happy to be with you. Happy Monday. Happy first week of baseball spring training. Let's go. On 97.3 The Fan.
Clock. Having a lovely
I'm
Monday
like ripping
afternoon.
Right, we're
ripping
fired
on
up
Mina
in studio
Kimes
today.
before.
So
I'm like taking a shot at Mina Kimes, and Tony opens the mics.
No, you didn't.
Mina!
Nobody heard that. You did not have to tell her
Well, I'm
yourself.
getting it in now because she's sitting there with.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you feel about her Super Bowl prediction? Mind you, everybody, Mina Kimes is a Seattle
lifelong Seahawks
fan.
fan, and she's came on there yesterday, and Mina, who do you have? Well, I've broken this down, guys, and this angle and that angle. I'm like, be quiet.
You don't
You're
think that
picking the Seahawks because you're a Seahawks fan. It's okay. Just tell us you're a Seahawks fan. We get it.
Is it not possible to have broken it down and be a Seahawks fan?
Yes, but I would think she broke it down in favor of the Seahawks.
So she has no objectivity
at all in that
at
one.
all.
No, I don't think any. The same way Rodney Harrison picked the Patriots. He played for the Patriots. It's not surprising. It's okay. We get it.
That makes Tom Brady a great guy because he couldn't choose
Well,
the winner,
he changed up at the end, and he said that he wanted Kraft to get his 7th trophy. So he kind of came around because he didn't like the he didn't like the criticism he got for not picking a side.
So you think it's impossible?
I do.
You do.
I do. I think if you were on the NBA on NBC, Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, Tony Gwynn Jr., NBA Finals, Lakers, and the Bucks, and the Lakers have 3 guys out hurt, you'd find a way. You ain't picking the Bucks. You're a lifelong Laker fan. It's in your blood. It's in your heart. You can't help
paid to be an analyst here.
No way you could do it.
If you were paid,
no you do.
If the Padres were in the World Series and you were asked for your pick, you couldn't. There's no way for you to pick the other team.
And I would phrase it as such. I would say
that's what I just said to Mina.
But I'm also saying that if I was, let's say, I wasn't on the, I was never on the Padre payroll, right? And I was just a national guy,
right.
And I played for the same teams I played for,
right?
I would be able to give you
no.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Your Padre blood runs deep, my friend. You grew up in the household of Mr. Padre. You have no choice in the World Series. Going against the 114-win Yankees, in your mind, the Padres were going to win that series.
I'm saying if indeed I wasn't, I would say as much. I'd be like, listen,
I think that's fair.
I would say exactly this. I'd be like, you know what? I just can't pick against.
That's fine, and that's it. And if Mina Kimes,
no matter what everything is telling me, I can't do it.
You're coming around, and if Mina Kimes would have looked at the camera and said, "Guys, I looked at this game from a bunch of different angles, but the bottom line is I've rooted for the Seahawks my entire life. I am picking the Seahawks to win. That's fair." But to present it as if she really broke it down and that just came out with the Seahawks, that's malarkey.
I mean, I believe she broke it down.
Yeah, I do too.
It was a really easy.
She broke it down.
It was a really easy pick for her, though. There was no pick here. What if they were playing the Chiefs
I don't know.
What if they were playing a different team?
She would have picked the Seahawks. I believe it. I just do. It's okay.
I mean, the Seahawks were that good, though.
They were.
You should have picked the Seahawks. There's no question. Rodney Harrison was the one that looked a little silly because he was trying to explain to us how the Patriots are going to win, and we're like, no, Rodney.
There's no shot.
No.
Do you think Rodney, after the first drive, was like,
Speaking of Rodney, I'm getting off subject. We were supposed to talk about the Aztecs here, but
there
was a lot of juicy things happening over the Super Bowl. Rodney Harrison telling Tony Dungy to his face that he thinks
he's upset.
He
because of the Dungy Patriot
he feels
rivalry.
Like he told him to his face that they got it wrong. Basically, he said any list that doesn't have Bill Belichick at the top.
Rodney, and that explains again why Rodney picked the Patriots.
Do we have this sound?
The Patriots' blood runs deep.
It does.
For Rodney Harrison, it's fair. He was on Super Bowl teams.
This doesn't help my point, but
it doesn't help my point, does it?
I didn't realize that they were doing this from Alcatraz. It looks like.
I don't know where they're doing it from.
Look, it looks like they're in some sort of like yard for a prison. All right, here is Rodney Harrison.
I would say, Coach, is any list that doesn't include Bill Belichick at the top is absolutely wrong. And a lot of those players that we mentioned, they're great players. I played with Drew Brees. I played with Adam Vinatieri. But there's nobody more deserving to be in that Hall of Fame than Coach Belichick. I've seen his greatness. I've seen him design defenses to stop your offense. And you just look at the play players that he's impacted, he's been unbelievable. And when I look out throughout the Hall of Fame, and even a guy like Tom Brady wouldn't be Tom Brady without Bill Belichick. And that's the disappointing part of it, Coach, and you guys got it wrong.
Well, I feel your passion, and I'm with you. And this is about more than Bill Belichick, because in the last 2 years since the rule has been changed, we've had 7 open slots, 7 people who deserve to be in that didn't get in because of this rule change. It has to change. We've been vocal about it as voters, and hopefully it will change.
And one last
Tony kind of went off the script a little there. Good for Rodney Harrison, but no better than any other player who played for any other great coach. They're going to say that, right? Everybody, look, if you talk to a member of the 73 Dolphins and you find one, Paul Warfield somewhere, it's going to tell you that Don Shula is the greatest coach who ever lived. And then you go down the street and you sign Roger Staubach, and he's going to tell you Tom Landry's the greatest coach that ever lived. It's fair.
Yep.
This is what you would expect to hear. So,
just interesting. All right, let's get to the Aztecs, both men and women's side. Blowout victories. Women bounced back from their first loss in conference play to Grand Canyon.
Hadn't lost in a long time.
Nah, they had that taste in their mouth as they put it on. Who was that? San Jose?
San Jose State. Yeah, that was San Jose State was kind of what do you call it? A good medicine for a losing streak. They're not a great team, and the kids took advantage of that. And I think the same can be said for Air Force against the men. That is not a very good Air Force team this year. So
Aztecs took care of business on both ends with big victories of 30-plus.
I'm looking for the Aztec men now. We got 7 games left for them before the conference tournament. If they beat Utah State, which is a home game down the stretch, and that's easier said than done, but I think they can beat them. I thought they had them beat the first time.
Yep.
Then I believe they could actually lose another game and still get enough done to be an at-large. So I think they still have a little leeway. Like, I don't think they have to run the table to get an at-large, but they got to beat Utah State. And that would, I think, give them enough. This team has looked like a tournament team the last month.
Yeah.
And the eye test tells me that. The problem is they are right now squarely on the same bubble they were last year. The only difference is last year they had a win over Houston that they could wave in front of everybody's faces.
Right.
They do not have that right now. But I hope they get in. I mean, Reese Waters, Dixon Waters is playing great right now.
Starting to turn it up, man.
And, look, everybody, I mean, Air Force, they ran them off the court, which is what you should do. Miles Heide hit a 3 at the end of the game. Come on. That's all you need to know.
You got the Aztecs in action on Saturday.
Yeah, they get this is nice for them. They get the nice break Wednesday.
Right. They get a full week off.
Hopefully they can get Guath and or Harrington back. And on the subject of college basketball, I don't watch a lot of games during the regular season from beginning to end. But I think if I was going to do it, tonight might be one. Because you got top-ranked Arizona at Kansas. And Kansas is playing lights out the last month. And Arizona's been playing lights out all season. I think this could be a knockdown, drag out. What did you think of the Duke coach?
Well, first, I was just going to say I thought that was a terrific ball game from start to finish.
Yes, that's what those guys give you when they play each other.
I feel like they hadn't had a competitive one in a little bit, but that was fun. In terms of the coach saying that his guys got punched in the face. My first thought was, I think he's exaggerating.
Me too.
I mean, I do. There's no film of this yet. I mean, listen, y'all got cameras everywhere.
Nobody swung back and delivered against a Duke assistant. Maybe some of the guys pushed or shoved. Right. That happens,
and that
normally.
certainly happens all the time. But it just felt initially, as soon as it came out.
John Shire, for all his credit or whatever you want to say, has been against the court storming for a while. Yeah. He's been trying to get it stopped. I will tell him this, though, be careful what you go for, because if Duke is ever, having not the best season and the number 1 ranked team comes in and Duke beats them at Cameron Indoor, guess who's going to storm the court?
Yeah, not the Duke fans.
Not the Duke, right. They'll hold off. They're going to storm the court, too.
I mean, their nickname is the Blue Devils.
They're the Crazies and the Cameron Crazies. Yeah, they will be storming the court. So you got to look at that. But, I understand the danger. I remember who was it got pushed pretty bad a couple years ago.
Was it Caitlin Clark?
Well, right, Caitlin Clark. Yeah, she did.
Was it also Cooper Flagg? Did
And
he
it looked
get
like
hit?
people were
Somebody got their nose broke.
I think somebody did. Somebody almost
it
looked
was
like
it was a Duke. It was a Duke guy, I believe.
it might have. Oh, it was Filipowski
That's
last
who it
year
was.
because nobody likes Filipowski.
That's who it was.
Right.
They were running out of their way to knock him over, and that's when Shire started in on this. But I still think it's great for the sport. Understand that it may be happening, and just be careful.
I think
it's to me it's a little collateral damage.
I
Tony.
think not taking yourself so seriously would go a long way in you not feeling so irritated about
Very
it. Right?
good. Very well said.
I just think that no one likes to get celebrated on, but sometimes if you're that good, you might be one of them.
Yeah, you know what? I remember the first time the Aztecs got celebrated on. I took it as a moment of pride in my program
right.
that we were so good that somebody cared enough to celebrate against us. So, yeah, nobody likes it if it's happening to you.
No doubt. Excuse me.
Anyway, calm down, John.
What you got to say, Scravy?
Uh-oh.
Tony's alien voice is taking over again.
Let's get to break. Sam Dykstra, MILB, joins us next. Talk a little about the Padres system on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and Wood.
all is right in the world. In 2 days, pitchers and catchers report. Take that football thing with you. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, football. I was upset at a few things.
Be nice to football. You'll be begging for it again to come
by tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be
I was thinking more July, but maybe
I'm looking at the schedule tomorrow. They put all those. They talked about all the Super Bowl MVPs right before the game, and they showed the truck going across the bridge, and they came on the stadium, and they opened the back of the truck, and Steve Young came out, and I'm like, this is awesome. They're going to show all the Super Bowl MVPs. They showed like 7 of them, and then they're like, okay, thank you very much. Here's Green Day. I'm like, what happened? Like, what was even the point? I mean, if you're gonna do it, get the Super Bowl MVPs
what if they didn't
out
want
there.
To go?
Here's Green Day.
Well, I mean,
what if they didn't want to go?
All right. Ray Lewis probably wouldn't have minded stepping out.
I can't imagine that they just left Ray Lewis out of it.
Was he there? I mean, they said, here we are. We're giving all these great Super Bowl MVPs, but they just in Montana, Young, I think Brady.
Jerry Rice wasn't even there.
No, he was last. Jerry Rice was last.
Oh, I was upset.
Maybe it was just people who were connected to San Francisco. That's how I thought. Like,
ooh, Brady
connected to San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, those are typically in those situations.
Drew Brees connected to San Francisco. Lynn Swann.
Drew Brees was already going to be being announced as one of the Hall of Famers.
Came walking out. He didn't
I don't know
anything about San Francisco.
I don't know where Lynn Swann lives now.
I thought it was crud. I was looking for Bob Greasy, and I didn't see him.
Of course,
he didn't win MVP.
I was going to say.
He didn't win MVP.
No, they had to bring Zonk out. Zonka won an MVP. They could bring Zonk out. He would have put a little fear into their hearts. All right. Super Bowl 60s in the books.
All right.
What's crazy is the only reason I know who Larry Zonka is because of American Gladiators. I never saw him play football.
Sure, yeah. You never
saw him play football.
Did you ever see the clip? Because I've showed it a few times to whoever's around. He's still the only running back. No, I'm just joking. He's the only running back in NFL history who ever got a 15-yard unnecessary roughness penalty while carrying the football.
How did he do that?
Well, the guy came over to tackle him on the sideline, and Zonka gave him such a forearm shiv, he just knocked him up into the third row.
They gave him a
15 yards,
penalty?
unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Man, things have
Zonka.
changed.
He was like, I want to deliver the content.
He delivered the blow, and Shula tells that story from the old days. All right, never mind. We'll do some 3 up, 3 down from the Super Bowl a little later, some stuff that I thought was good, and some guys that probably could have had a better day on Super Bowl Sunday. But we're going to go with Sam Dykstra. Steve Dykstra is an old San Diego Gull player. I do this from time to time. At least I didn't say Lenny Dykstra.
No.
It's Sam Dykstra from MILB.com, and the Padres, after all of the trades of the last few years, have been put at the bottom of the list by ESPN. Sam, we appreciate the time, sir. Sam Dykstra, MILB.com, joining us on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Sam, I'll start with where I was kind of going there. The last ranking I saw, now this isn't your ranking, and of course I put a lot more stock in your ranking, frankly, but the worldwide leader had the Padres farm system rated the 30th best in baseball out of 30 teams. Has it gotten that dire for the Padres in the minor league system?
Hey guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do our own farm system rankings here in about a month and a half, maybe. We're going to be doing our top 30s in about a month, and then farm system rankings coming short out after that. I mean, yes, when we're looking at what the bottom rung of the ladder right now is in terms of farm systems, the Padres are certainly going to be there. Will they be number 30 for us? I have to talk to my colleagues, Jim Callis and Jonathan Mayo, about that. But
yeah,
when you're trading away guys like Leo DeVries and you're trading away so many big chunks of the farm system like they did at the deadline, that's eating into your depth. That's eating into your top end talent too. When you're coming off a year in which Ethan Salas had a rough year, and for us now, Cruz Schoolcraft is their best prospect, but we haven't actually seen him pitch really solid pro innings yet. He got a very, very small taste at Lake Elsinore last year. There are just so many question marks up and down this list that, yeah, when you're looking at other systems, they may lack depth, but at least they have a few stars, or they may have, depth, but not a lot of stars, but there's good guys 1 through 30. It has gotten a little bit of that dire through their own making because they traded so many guys away. I will say the optimism here is every time you think the Padres are down, they develop a guy like Miguel Mendez, right? Like they do a really good job at internal development and turning prospects who we don't think of much of at the beginning of the year into legitimate pieces by the trade deadline. And that is to their credit.
Sam, is that part of the kind of calculus as you guys wait until a month and a half, 2 months before you guys start to come out, is to maybe get a look at some of these guys here in spring and as they start the early portion of the season?
I mean, it certainly helps. I will say that. I mean, I've been making calls here, for the last few weeks, and sometimes you're hearing about guys who have been in instructional league or the bridge league late last year, but also we're hearing stuff now about guys who have showed up early, right? Like Schoolcraft is already showing up there. Ethan Salas will be an NRI guy, so he's been in camp, and that's encouraging to hear. That certainly helps. Everybody comes out with their own timing, and I get that. Some people want to get their lists out before spring training starts.
Yeah.
We're trying to get people ready for the season. That's the only reason why we do it when we do it. But it is a little bit advantageous of us to wait a little bit while longer and maybe get some bits of information of how guys are doing as they show up to camp rather than how they looked at the tail end of last year.
I think that's sharp and smart. Sam Dykstra is from MILB.com. Sam, in your being around, baseball and the minor league and the systems and the prospects and all of that, and maybe over the last 10 years, in your mind, has the way teams regard their own prospects changed in any way in terms of, maybe it's just because we see what the Padres do, but are more teams now sending prospects away to get talent as opposed to saving and holding on to their prospects for them to come up through the system? Has that changed at all, or does it maybe just seem like it has to me?
It's kind of felt like it has. I'll say that. I don't have data in front of me to back this up. It feels like teams are less willing to prospect hug. I mean, the Padres have never been willing to prospect hug ever. But, the idea being, yeah, this guy might be good for us 2-3 years down the line, but we've seen even really good prospects. I think of Jared Kelnick, right? Everybody was really on him. It was either him or Julio Rodriguez who was going to be the center fielder for the Mariners someday. And now Jared Kelnick's bounced around plenty of teams. He's getting non-roster invites, minor league contracts. Even the guys you think are guarantees as prospects don't necessarily always work out that way. So I think teams are more willing to trade them, knowing that, hey, if I can get better now and I can get that pennant, in my stadium, that's the thing that flies forever. So I think teams have been a little bit more willing to trade prospects. One thing that I've found interesting the last few years is that teams are more willing to trade draft picks, guys who they have just selected, not the picks themselves, but recent draft picks before they really even debut. Because what we've seen is, teams are more willing to let them go. They don't have an attachment to that player yet, if it's your 7th round pick or something. But the team who was acquiring them might see some traits in there, and they're like, now we'll get you for a longer development path, right? We're not getting you as a AAA player and there's so much hay in the barn. We're going to put the hay in the barn ourselves. We're going to get you early if we like you. And I found that a little bit interesting. But the trends always change, right? Next we'll find out no top 100 prospects will be traded this trade deadline, and everybody's back to prospect hugging. So it ebbs and flows.
Sam Dykstra joins us, MILB.com, talking a little bit about the Padres roster. And Sam, my next question is really kind of more of a general question. You speak of kind of the ebbs and flows of how people change the way they look and go about the drafting guys and developing guys. It does seem to be a little bit of a shift. I mean, it was for a long time. Teams coveted more high school guys that, although they may take a little bit of time to develop, they were going to be younger, have a chance to really have a longer period of time with the player. We've seen more college guys, it feels like, started to go here recently. What's been your take on has that actually been a change, or is this kind of just one of those things where one year it's one way, the next year it's a different?
Yeah, I mean, it has trended that way a little bit. And I will say this, like for a while there, COVID still had some after effects, right? You were getting guys who were losing a year of development in high school when they were freshmen or sophomores. And if you're a team looking to looking to draft somebody, you'd rather them lose that in college,
Right?
where at least they were around the right facilities, they were able to do other things to kind of pick that back up. Now, as we've gone along, obviously NIL has picked up, and just the facilities and the way guys are developing at college, they have the vocabulary that pros have earlier in their careers. So you're more willing to take, somebody like a Liam Doyle last year, who you already know he's playing into the incredible rise of his fastball because he has that language. He understands how the pitch works. It's something that's constantly being talked about now, is development being shipped out to colleges rather than the lower levels? Obviously, as somebody who covers the minor leagues specifically, I hope that's not the case. I'd still want, let's say, international players who don't have access to college getting that. I want to see high school players getting that opportunity. But the more and more standards change at the college level, the better the facilities get, the better coaches get. I think you're going to see more folks go to college knowing that the NIL money is there. You don't have to wait to get paid. And you're going to get better players at that level, and they're going to turn into better juniors when they get drafted.
Sam Dykstra knows it all when it comes to the prospect world. Sam, I want to ask you about the Padres and some of the names of people that we don't know that maybe you're a little ahead of us, or maybe you mentioned Miguel Mendez. You mentioned Schoolcraft. We know about Ethan Salas. We've been talking about him for a while. Where else do the Padres maybe have somebody that we should keep a little eye on? Maybe somebody that might pop up at spring training somewhere that we should look at.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued on how they're going to use Miguel Mendez. Somebody who's now on the 40-man roster, used a breakout year last year, 3 levels, some struggle at AA. But you say this about every organization. Once they get to AA, they're basically a major league option. That's especially true for San Diego. It was a fastball 95 to 98, a mid-80s slider. Slider got 52% whiff. He's got an upper 80s changeup too that might just be an average pitch, but at least that's something he can throw to lefties. It's mostly just for change of speeds. Only 23 years old, 6'2". If you watch him, he's listed at 165. He might be a little bit bigger than that, but the jersey is kind of wearing him in some ways. So there's still some opportunity to add strength. And if he's throwing 95, 98, making sure he can hold that is going to be huge. The clock is starting now, right? He's on the 40-man. He's showing up as somebody who is on the roster. He's not just a non-roster invite guy. For me, it's a debate between him and Cash Mayfield of who is that number 3 prospect in this system. But he's going to get tons of looks this spring of hey, are you somebody we send to El Paso, or are you somebody we send back to San Antonio? Or are you maybe even somebody who we use in the bullpen and hope, not hope, but if there is an opportunity to push you into the rotation, we can do that there too. I think the spectrum of what could happen to Miguel Mendez is wide, and it's to his credit to forcing his way into this conversation.
Sam Dykstra joins us, MILB.com. And Sam, Ethan Salas, you mentioned him. He's been highly regarded for quite a bit of time. And I think it's important that for everybody, remember, he came in at a very, very young age. He's coming off of injury last year. Where do you think where do you think Ethan Salas should be viewed in terms of his timeline and perhaps getting to the big leagues?
Yeah, I think it's probably 2027 that we should honestly talk about him making the big leagues. I know I just said, once you're at AA, you're in the conversation, and I wholly expect him to be back in San Antonio. He only got a handful of games there last year, right before the back injury. But I think if you're the Padres right now, as much as they like to be aggressive, somebody coming off all that lost time, somebody who had a really down 2024, he was getting better in the tail end for High A Fort Wayne, and he was looking a little bit better in the Arizona Fall League, but he just needs to produce week in and week out. You need to see that sustained, and you need to see him healthy, right? After last year, there was a time where it seemed okay, maybe he'll come back for the second half. That didn't happen. They didn't want to push him. Then they were going to send him to the Fall League. Well, that didn't happen because he wasn't quite in the right place. Sounds like he got there in the off season. But I would, if I were them, try to get him to 100 games, right? If it's between San Antonio and Paso, all the better. Hopefully the defense is plus like it was before the injury. But I need to see the bat come back around. I need to see the power return. And, hopefully this time next year, we're talking about him as a legit option for them behind the plate. I know they could use the help back there, but don't push him just because the major league team needs it. Make sure he's doing it on his own, and I think we're a year away from that conversation.
Sam, this is great stuff, and I know the fans appreciate all of the insight. I appreciate the insight as well. Tirso Ornelas, Eggy Rosario. Eggy's 26, Tirso's 25. One guy's on the 40-man. Eggy's trying to work his way back. These are names we've heard, we've seen. Is there any chance, or is it getting too late for these guys?
Yeah, I think there's still a chance for Tirso Ornelas. He's somebody who, I'll be honest with you, like as I'm doing my Padres rankings right now, Eggy Rosario is graduated for us, but Ornelas still has eligibility remaining. He's turning 26 in March. Like, it's obviously old for Prospectum, but because this isn't a deep system, he still qualifies. He's still going to make the top 30 in some way. You just really hope he would have broken through by this point.
Yeah.
Missed 2 months with plantar fasciitis last year. Was just a very slightly above average at AAA, but he's been there for so long, you would hope he would have hit his way out by now. I'm going to be interested to see how it goes. I mean, he played in the Mexican Winter League, was not very good in the regular season, but was really good in the playoffs. Sounds like he was maybe an option for Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. The Padres shut that down so he could be in camp and be around them more. There's nothing that's really going to pop off, right? Like, I don't think he's going to be a 60 power guy on the 20-80 scale. But at least get him to a point where he could be a platoon bat, somebody you can stick in left field with some of their other options. We'll see how it goes. Maybe he can keep up this momentum from the winter, or maybe that was just a mirage. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on him all spring.
All of a sudden, like, you could ask me a question about the Padres prospects, and I'd sound like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, thank you, Sam. That was really good. I enjoyed that. Really good update on everything, and give us a little preview of what's to come here. Hope we can catch up with you again. Appreciate all your hard work behind the scenes for us Padre fans. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, guys. Anytime.
All right, don't forget to get Sam there, milb.com. I mean, I know they're prospect fans, people that like live and die for the prospect. I've said this before. I don't do that, but it's fun to get caught up a little bit.
You've said many times before.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
No, you're not a fan.
Why do I like prospects?
Well, I'm not trying to pick on him, but Tirso Ornelas is a pretty good example. I mean, he's been told how great he's going to be. Eggy the same way for a while. Ethan Salas even is now starting to become a bit of a question mark. And 2 years ago, he was, the next, Pudge Rodriguez. And I said, well, it's a little early. That's all.
We've been talking about that a little bit on the Scraby Show, because Tirso, I guess, over the winter played with the Mexican League, and he did really well. So
he just said that he did well in the postseason of the Mexican League.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So, hey, look, I hope it works.
I wasn't paying attention.
Sounds like you weren't.
But like, I didn't know Miguel Mendez. So
I was actually watching Miguel Mendez highlights over here.
That's a name I will keep an eye on. But anyway, it's good to get caught up. But the one thing that Tony has said that I kind of keep going back to is you can name us the 30th best farm system if you want. That's fine. But it does seem like we always have players that other teams want. And that's why we're able to make all these trades and get all these players. And he touched on the fact that prospect hugging is kind of down a little now, and teams are more willing to want to do that.
Say what you want about AJ, but he is a scout at heart. So he's gonna when he evaluates, and when him and his crew evaluate, they usually get it right when it comes to the talent.
Sam Dykstra appeared on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their futures when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. That was quick. An hour in the books. Seattle over New England. That was the Super Bowl yesterday, in case you were wondering. Winter Olympic update. Hey, we're not long from it. Scraby at 3:30 today is going to give us everything you've ever wanted to know about the Quad God and more.
I'm not talking about the Quad God.
He is so excited.
I've been watching the ski jumpers to make sure they're not cheating. So,
have you seen
the Norwegians?
The Norwegian ski jumpers.
Norwegians think they're slick out there.
Yes, they do.
They showed an outside shot of the ski jump facility I would be scared to death going up the elevator.
Oh, me too.
To where you.
It's like
take
like a
off from.
crane, basically. That you have you
Never
go up
mind
on.
the actual jump itself.
Yeah.
All right, Daily Gambit kicks off hour number 2 on Gwynn and Chris.
Ciao.
Oh my.
Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby.
You okay, Tony?
Kenneth Walker III went off last night. He was just getting to the outside and just turning up.
How about the one run he had? I thought Collinsworth had a good line. He said even Le'Veon Bell would have appreciated.
That was
where he stood behind the line for like a minute
That was a cool run.
and then just took off.
He was. I would say that's probably close to being in the zone for running back. I mean,
Right.
he
When you're
was
that
like
comfortable.
He was like levitating,
Yeah.
and then the hole. And by the way, the hole wasn't like a gaping hole. It'd be
Nope.
like a little slither,
He got through
and
it.
then boom, he's off through it. That was fun to
It was
watch
a
him do
bunch of,
that.
I don't know how to call it, cutback running, but it seemed like he would run into the line and then bounce outside, and
Yep.
the Patriots could not get that contained. Daily Gambit's coming up. Would you bet right now Seattle Seahawks plus 950 to repeat as Super Bowl champs?
I feel
All right.
like it should be a little higher.
What's
higher.
what's their? I don't know their free agent situation. and
Yeah, I don't
things
either.
like
They're
that.
950. Rams are also 950
I might take
Um,
that 950
as of
actually.
right now.
I mean, Sam Darnold's under contract, so
Can I also just point out,
Sammy
even though
D.
Scrape, you'll get mad. Longest odds as of right now, according to DraftKings, 25,000 Dolphins.
oh, I thought you were going to say 49ers.
25,000. I don't think
they're
so,
not that
buddy.
low.
Hey, at least Adam Gase isn't on your staff.
Chargers, welcome.
Yeah.
I saw that. I thought of both of you guys when I saw Adam Gase.
There's some strange eyeballs on that guy.
That's all. Listen, Adam might be a great offensive mind or defense. I don't even remember which one it was, but I just remember his eyes. That's the only
yeah.
thing I can think of, and it has a complete damper. It puts a complete damper on how I think of him as a coach.
Yeah, he
Just
was
'cause
good.
his eyes
Could you
were all
imagine
over
him
the
grabbing you and pulling you in for one of those conversations right there? You're like, Coach,
Just keep your
I
eyes
didn't hear a
closed all the
word. I
time.
got to be honest with you. Yeah, I was
It's
lost.
falling your right eye.
God, we are the meanest show on radio.
I don't think that's true.
All right, let's get to some Daily Gambit.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Here are some bets that we made on Friday. The Seahawks and the Patriots. Obviously, Seahawks minus 4.5 on the spread. Tony and I believe Chris went Seahawks.
Yeah.
So we're all right there. Now, Tony and I, Chris picked Sam Darnold for MVP. Tony picked
What? I picked Smith and Jigba. There's no way I picked Sam Darnold.
He definitely.
There's no way I picked
I
Sam
don't know why
Darnold.
I wrote Sam Darnold.
Yeah, that's just
That's a joke.
that's a faux pas for you.
I don't know why I
I
wrote
mean,
Sam Darnold.
look, Sam Darnold had actually a better game than Smith and Jigba, but there's no way I'm being on record as having picked Sam Darnold as MVP. I'm not thinking that. I'm not.
said
I don't
no
want to
way.
be related to
No
that.
way, I didn't pick
I
that.
kept calling Kenneth Walker the third KW3. His nickname is actually K9. So Tony picked K9. Tony was right.
Wait,
I
you
picked,
picked him? Oh, good job, Tony. I wish you would
picked,
have put a little moolah down.
No, I know. I wish I would have too.
Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed.
Okay.
Passing yards. Sam Darnold minus 10 against Drake May. Tony and I went Sam Darnold. Chris, you did not make this bet. Sam Darnold had 202 minus that 10, 192. Drake May had 295, which is surprising.
The worst 295
Oh, he
in
got it
football
late.
history.
Oh,
Of
that's
course,
right.
but 295 is a lot
Right,
of
he
yards.
almost had a 300-yard
Man, it
passing
seemed
game.
like he had a terrific game.
He did.
No.
He did that.
JSN minus 40 against Stephon Diggs.
Well, he might have won that. I don't know. Diggs didn't only caught one, baby.
No. JSN had 27 yards.
Oh.
Minus that 40. He actually had like negative 17 yards. And Stephon Diggs had 37. So
Yeah.
Tony and I went with Diggs.
Well, hey, look, the Patriots said they're going to take him away. They took him away, but at what cost? Right? They didn't have anybody to support on any of those runs to the outside.
Yeah.
So maybe, it was just worth it for them. But I don't know. When you get 10 targets, your quarterback's got to get more than 4 completions. please.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on.
Rushing yards.
for you talking about Njigba?
Yeah, he had 10 targets, 4 catches. That means Darnold was misfiring all day.
Or it means Gonzalez had him blanketed all day.
He knocked 1 away. Tony, I'm
He
going to
No,
give
he
you
knocked 2 away.
He knocked 2 away, and he was like in his jersey the other 8.
Christian Gonzalez could have been MVP of the Patriots with that game.
If they win that game, he is the MVP.
I
I'm
would have
tired
to
of
look
all
up
this
past his
Christian
defense.
Gonzalez love. Where was he in the Denver game when they were running
He
past him for a
intercepted
touchdown?
He intercepted.
Who gave up the only touchdown?
They gave him 1.
I
Christian
think Chris
Gonzalez
is defending his
I'm not even saying
JSN.
Christian Gonzalez is great. I'm just saying he kind of
He had a good game.
He kind of bagged him
All
up.
right,
All right,
good
rushing
game.
yards. Rushing
game.
yards. Kenneth Walker minus 20 against Ramondre Stevenson. Kenneth Walker took this one home. 135 minus that 20, 115. Stevenson only had 23 yards rushing. Drake May rushing over under 37.5 yards. Tony went under. I went over. He was under because he had 37 on
just
the dot.
Oh,
Now,
one
here's
more
a
half
fun
yard.
bet. A bettor at Caesars Palace in Vegas dropped $253,000 on the coin toss to be heads. It was heads. The largest reported wager on the coin toss and one of the bigger wagers at sports books.
Did you see who lost a milli?
No, who?
You take a guess who loses bets a lot of sports bets.
Oh, Mattress Mac.
No, he does lose some. Drake lost a milli.
Of course he did. He picked
On the coin flip?
No, on New England.
He's just stop, Drake.
He really thought New England was going to win.
he put down $1 million.
That's what I saw.
On the
I didn't
Patriots.
confirm that it was real.
That
but I
is
definitely
dumb.
saw that.
That is dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Earlier in the week, someone bet on tails and they lost. So, and the Gatorade.
Was it 240? Oh,
Gatorade was lime
did you
green,
guys-
right?
Did you,
Yep, I
it
picked
was
lime
lime.
green.
Did you watch it?
Yep.
They showed it with I don't know, about 4 minutes left to go in the game of them stirring
Brewing
it up.
it,
And I was
yeah.
like, oh, well, we already know what
Lime
color it's
green
going to
was
be.
the winner. Scrape, you and I did one on Thursday. George Halani over under
Oh,
10
yeah,
yards
that's right.
rushing, remember?
I
And you
don't-
said, who's George Halani?
I did.
He had 6 yards, so he didn't make it.
Hey, George had a couple carries there.
2 carries for 6 yards. Yes, that's correct. That was George's contribution. All right, here we go for tonight. Good NBA game, or at least interesting, but 2 stars are not playing, which is typical for the NBA these days.
I mean,
Okay.
Lindsey Vaughn's out there on a broken leg, and these guys are sitting out for back-to-backs.
That might be unfair criticism on this one, but it does get a little annoying when you don't know who's going to play. OKC minus 7.5 at Lakers. No SGA, no Luka. It's hardly even these 2 teams without those guys. Tony, I know you're taking the Lakers plus the points. I don't need to even ask you. Scraby?
Hillbilly Mamba is going to step up.
He had a huge
Lakers,
one.
You're going with the Hillbilly?
Yep.
Man. Why is OKC favored without SGA in there? I don't get it.
Is LeBron sciatica acting up?
I'll take OKC just to have some fun, but I
Leave
don't
LeBron
like it.
alone.
221.5 points in this game. Scraby. 221.5.
I mean, that's not too high-scoring of a game. I'm going to go over.
Over.
Oh, it was the linebacker who said that to Puka. Ernest Jones, the fourth.
I'll say under without the star players. Not as many points. Tony?
Over.
Cade Cunningham playing at Charlotte. Zion suiting up against Sacramento. Points, Cunningham -1. Just for you, Scraby, I'll take Zion. Sacramento hasn't guarded anybody for years. Charlotte's actually played well. Didn't they win 8 in a row there for a minute?
Yeah.
Charlotte coming out of nowhere. Tony.
Yeah, give me Zion.
Zion.
They have no
Scraby.
answer for him at all.
All right. Scraby.
Well, you guys know I'm Zion's biggest fan, so I'm going to take Zion.
You are taking Zion. Our Hillbilly Mamba straight up against Jalen Williams tonight in the OKC Laker game. Jalen Williams is the Robin to SGA's Batman. Tony's up here. You go Mamba.
Yes.
Reeves is really good. Scrape.
I'll go Mamba.
I don't see Jalen Williams. Does he take off when SGA doesn't play? I'm going to take Mamba too. I don't like this. Jokic, 51.5 points, assists, rebounds tonight. I didn't know if you guys saw this over the weekend. Jokic moved into number 2 on the all-time NBA list for triple doubles.
Wow.
If you guessed who the all-time triple double leader is, who would you say?
Isn't it Russell Westbrook?
Triple double, yes.
Yeah, Russell.
Westbrook, yeah.
Okay, but who would you say is second? You wouldn't go Jokic.
No, I would have said Oscar Robertson.
Oscar's now third.
Now Jokic is, huh?
Who's behind Oscar, would you say?
Magic.
Magic, good. Who's fifth? Tony,
Jason Kidd.
Not quite. LeBron is actually fifth.
Okay, then Jason Kidd.
Yeah, Jason's on there somewhere. I did look at LeBron's got 122. For Michael Jordan haters, he only has 28 triple doubles. That's one area that he was lacking. Back to Jokic, 51.5 tonight. Scrape, points, rebounds, assists. That's pretty much his normal number.
I want to go over.
Over. The Joker. I'll go over. Tony?
Over.
Over. Arizona minus 2.5 at Kansas. It's a huge college basketball game. I'm only taking Kansas because teams just don't go undefeated in college basketball. They haven't done it since 1976. I say Arizona's due to lose. I'll take Kansas plus 2.5 at home. Tony?
I say enough teams get through this portion of the year undefeated.
Go Arizona.
No one has proven to me that they can beat Arizona yet.
Arizona. This is a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
Last time I bet against Kansas, they made me pay, so I'm going to go Kansas.
153.5 points in this game. And Tony's up. So 80 to 73 would be 153. Over under, Tony? Over. Arizona can score for sure. Scraby?
Over.
All right. Good game. Little defense will be played. I'll say under. And one more tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, if you're into it, USA women's hockey against Canada at the Olympics. USA favored by 1.5 goals. These are the two top women's programs and have been for many years.
So is this rivaling the Miracle on Ice, tension between the two nations? I'm
not going to go there in this day and age. I'm just going to let you pick the game.
Fine. Leave me on an island over here.
Yeah, you can stay on your island.
I will go. I mean, I'm an American. I'm going to go Team USA.
Are you an American?
I'm America.
I better go USA just to avoid any issues. Tony?
USA.
I just put down American for me.
Okay. Gwynn and Chris checking some traffic, and then coming back, we're rolling along with the Winter Olympic update soon in our future.
More Gwynn and Chris.
From the 855.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the measurement unit.
The X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education, because I did not know.
I've allowed milk and bread, but if I was asked,
tell us the actual rules of this.
The rule is,
see if you can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
One of you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Until you can't do it anymore.
Fulls.
I will take one.
The winner, Scrady, has a jar of a couple of my jars.
I think they both are winners if they pass this.
For the winners.
Yeah,
of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now this is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
maybe.
Okay. All right.
Now this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
Right, here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do
ready.
it.
There, away he goes. He does have a full spoonful for those listening.
I'm literally sweating watching him do this right now. That's a full spoon.
All right.
Sure.
That is a full spoon.
Down the hatch we go.
All right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not. He did not trickle that down the throat. He just
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Scraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in? Wow.
You better go, dude.
There goes Scraby. Scraby, did you swallow that, Scraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
Delicious.
We're gonna see it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. Adam, are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling
nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
He's all one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what
there.
the competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
two?
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon, no double dipping.
All right.
I didn't know where. I don't.
I
Think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right,
Big
He
boss
is
Michael
handling
Bowles
it.
in the
Wait,
YouTube
no,
chat,
dog.
by the way.
What you waiting on? You let laughing it drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Scraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is back
All right.
to.
College
But
boy.
this
I must tell you, Tony,
hold on.
that Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
cashed
You
his
said I wouldn't
check.
be able to
I
cash it.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You
You
proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend. I
Scraby,
gotta tell you though, this is further proof that whatever we got him with that
the
tie,
tie thing,
was
yeah, because
super weak.
this is less than a 10,
he's
right?
He's over here having a difficult time.
You're turning a little red,
The time
Scraby.
was just as bad.
You're turning a
This
little
hit me
red.
By the way,
faster.
this is delicious.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
he's going
Making another
worse.
one.
Yes.
Come on, Adam. Wow,
Delicious.
you're gonna have to come back in 6 months with like an 88.
Oh.
It's 38.
We'll have to go with the higher Scoville next time.
All right. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. He's talking
Drop.
trash now.
Well,
I
he
haven't
should
had a
be.
sip of milk or
He
bread.
hasn't even reached for it.
No, he doesn't
came out
even
of the
need the
gates
bread.
talking trash.
All right.
All right. Now
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to take another one.
What?
Well,
Why
you got
are
to you got to
doing
hold
this
another
to
spoon.
yourself.
No, because I don't want.
You don't want Adam to say
He
he
has
has
By the way,
wing sauce,
yeah, he
baby.
get the whole
Full spoon,
get the same
baby.
thing that like he's dropping it all in
Just
there.
keep the studio clean.
It's all anybody's
Big
worried
boss
about.
Michael watching over here. Come on.
Ooh, boy, Scrabe, get back in front of the camera. Your face is red, Scrabe, isn't it, Tony? Are you
I'm
seeing
sweating.
the same thing?
You are sweating. Your face is definitely.
Why do you keep doing this?
You're not feeling anything?
Adam hasn't even
Anything?
moved over
I
there.
feel a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 10 here.
Wow.
Adam
That's
Klug,
ridiculous because I'm.
Wow.
Adam Klug is a tough
Maybe
son
now
of a
bent
gun.
over the trash can.
No,
over
I had
there.
to spit.
I was going to say it looks like Adam Klug may be producing the rest of the show because he's fine. Scraby may need
Scraby's
to
going to
go
bed.
get
bed. Yeah, you know,
assistance.
Here's want the milk, dude. It might
Frank
work
predicted
better.
that.
No.
Oh, did he?
Frank
Scraby's having
predicted that.
bread.
Oh yeah, that Adam would just cruise through this with
Frank
no problem.
predicted this.
He did.
Frank on the last show.
I
said
know you
Adam
had
would
it
have
like
no
that.
He
problem.
did.
I got a newfound respect from Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yes,
here.
you do.
So-
all right.
So Scraby has the prizes for you, Adam. You have one, a jar of the ghost.
You can
pepper
have as much of this
salsa
as you want at all
and
times.
the,
Yeah.
Mr. Lane's roasty 38 chili powder.
You should let me have that chili powder though. I think I do. I think I would do more damage.
Started
with
off
this.
giving me the mild. My
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
yeah.
It's one of the
there.
world's hottest.
The
There's a couple
Scoville.
of hotters.
Scoville's the
Reaper
measurement
and
unit.
the
Okay.
X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know. It was
I've
Scoville.
allowed
Yeah.
milk and bread, but if I was
So
asked,
tell
I would
us,
have
tell
said
us the
no.
actual rules of this. Like,
The rule
Want to see if you
is
can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
Yeah, that's,
One
yeah,
of
that's
you
not
can't
happening.
do it anymore.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
until you can't do it anymore.
fools.
I will take
And
one
the winner,
spoonful of
Scraby,
this.
has a jar
Yes,
of
here it
a
is.
couple of my jars.
I think they
products.
both are winners if they
Hold on
pass
one
this.
second.
I
The
hate to
winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now,
This-
I am.
This is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
No,
maybe.
this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
All right, are we
All
doing
right,
this?
here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There,
full
away he goes.
spoonful
He
of
does
the-
have a full spoonful
does.
for those
There's-
listening.
there's
on
no
that.
This is
I'm literally sweating watching him
That's
do
a
this
full
right now.
spoon?
That's a full spoon.
all
For
right.
sure.
That is a full
down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not.
My
He did
turn?
not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just.
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Scraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in?
Wow. You better go, dude.
There goes Scraby.
Mm-mm-mm.
Scraby,
both
are
did
you-
it.
did you swallow that, Scraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see
Tasty.
it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am, are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
on
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what
there.
the competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
too?
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon, no double dipping.
All right.
That's
I
it.
didn't know where. I don't.
I
Think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right.
Big
He
boss
is
Michael
handling
Bowles
it.
in the
What we
YouTube
waiting on,
chat,
dog?
by the way.
What you waiting on? You let laughing it drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Scraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is back to.
But this
I must tell you, Tony,
hold
that
on.
Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
cashed
You said
his
I wouldn't
check.
be able to catch
I
it.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend.
Scraby,
I gotta tell you though, this is further.
in about 10 minutes, Scraby takes us straight to Italia for the Winter Olympics update. You ready? I mean, do you have a whole thing lined up, or am I overrating this segment that's coming up?
Oh no. We have
It's going to be good.
We have one of the youngest Olympians of all time.
Sam
Darnold's
Darnold
in the
and what did you say,
teacups.
K9?
Yes, Kenneth Walker.
They're in the teacups right now.
Disneyland. That was really
So wait,
funny.
did they just decide to do did ESPN just decide to do like is this
No, they do this every year.
after the Super
The
Bowl?
day after show at Disney World.
Wow.
Yep.
I did not know that.
I think these guys went on the teacups because they're exhausted. They just want to sit down for a couple of minutes. They're probably not spinning the wheel like you're supposed to. All right. How about let's talk some more baseball later too, but I thought I had three things that I thought were thumbs up, three things thumbs down for the Super Bowl. Kind of been looking forward to it. So here we go. Get your guys' thoughts on these. You don't know them ahead of time. Number one, thumbs up, Jason Myers. I got to go with him for the 5 field goals. He sets an all-time Super Bowl record. No one's ever done it before. He's on the Today Show today. Not bad for a kid from Mar Vista High School, which is now Mater Dei Catholic. And he went to Marist to be a college kicker at Marist. And as
Mater Dei used to be what?
Mar Vista.
Mar Vista.
Mar Vista. It was a little nothing high school. Now it's a beautiful campus down there. But Jason Myers, and I've said this before, but I did referee with his dad, Donnie Myers, and Donnie told me ad nauseum, my kid's a great kicker. He's going to be great. And I told Donnie, leave me alone, Donnie. But there he is.
He was trying to give you some inside info.
He gave me the inside info. I wasn't taking it. So congrats to Jason Myers. Certainly a thumbs up for that. I bet number 2 on the thumbs up from the game yesterday was the Mike McDonald speech. I don't know if you guys, after the game, went back and found the speech. The one, and this, we're talking about the one he made before his first ever practice 2 seasons ago.
Came out on Hard Knocks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And I mean, it's more inspiring now that they've won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, you listen to that speech. I mean, you can't help but want to run through a wall. So anyway, good on Mike McDonald there. That speech, Scrabe, you heard it. Oh, you didn't want to hear it.
We played it.
Yeah, but you cut it off and you were upset.
No, Tony told me to cut it off.
Did I?
Yes, you did. I'll go back on video evidence. I was just like, oh yeah, it's great to predict that you're going to go to the NFC Championship, and then it doesn't happen. But we'll make the narrative fit for this year.
All right. I think I
feel like he cut it off on his own.
So, I'm going to go back and get video evidence. I feel like this edition of the Seahawks, though, does not anger me as much as the Legion of Boom Seahawks.
They're not as loud as the Legion of Boom was.
No.
They
Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas.
They let
and
you
those
know
guys.
about it as they were rubbing your face.
That's why I dislike them so much. But this is
group
a
is relatively
likable,
quiet.
likable team.
All right, the third good was the Las Vegas sports books. I texted this to you guys this morning, but Scraby and I were talking about it last week. The guy from DraftKings flat out came out before the Super Bowl, quote, and said, we need this game to go under. All the money is coming in on the over. It's got to be under or we're going to get killed. Well,
he was worried about that, huh?
He didn't. He was nervous about it. And I told Scraby, why do you say that? Because if the game ends up under, people are going to say the fix was in. Well, of course the game ended up under. But only because they called back that last Kenneth Walker touchdown.
Yeah.
That would have put the game over.
His heart sank watching that game.
Can you imagine the DraftKings guy and everybody else?
Flag.
Flag, get that flag out. I think it was holding, but it was one of those holdings that was kind of away from the play.
It was.
So you got to call it, but it didn't really affect the run.
He was not finna get a hand on the kid.
No, he wasn't going to get there.
Can we give the refs a round of applause? They were a non-factor
I did.
yesterday.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
We
when the
aren't.
refs are
I mean, that was, the first flag didn't come until what, the third quarter?
Yeah, Mike Tirico jinxed it.
Yeah, he did.
He was like, "There's been no penalties." And the next play, penalty.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice when you get to halftime and you don't even know the refs were there. That's good.
By the way, Nate on the chat said Tony did pull the plug on that video.
You stopped it. Everybody should listen to that Mike McDonald thing. All right, here's the 3 downs from the Super Bowl. I think Drake May is kind of an obvious one. We already talked about him. The other one was going to be Jackson Smith and Jigba. The guys that had the greatest year of all time, but they didn't do anything. We talked about that a little bit. Christian Gonzalez had something to do with that. Sam Darnold's inaccuracy, I thought, had a lot to do with it. And you can say what you want about Smith and Jigba, but it is a weird game. If Sam Darnold just has another half second, then in the first quarter, that's a touchdown,
open.
right? Yeah, it would have been an 80-yard touchdown.
Open.
Yeah, so
that was at a time when neither offensive lineman was crisp at that point.
But if he had another instant, he could have hit him for an easy touchdown because he got behind everybody.
And
then he ends up with 5 catches for 130 yards and a touchdown. You go, had a great game.
Is it Kubiak? That's the offensive coordinator?
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, man. I watched enough football to know when a offensive coordinator has intentionally been setting something up. They set the touchdown play, they set that up all day long. They've been running it to off that 2 tight end or 2 wide receivers. They kept running it and running it, and whether it got no yards or whether it got 15, when it came time, he was able to do the play action. Watching the linebackers just collapse.
Yeah,
like,
just the tight end was so open. Yeah, tight end was wide open.
Not.
Of course, a little later in the game, Drake May had the same play, and the guys came in, and the tight end went behind him, and he threw it 15 yards over his head.
Yeah.
It was just that kind of day. But the third negative, I thought, had a terrible day, and we haven't mentioned him yet, but I'm happy to throw him under the bus. Josh McDaniels was terrible. His game plan was nothing, and it never changed, and they got beat on the blitz all day long, and he never did anything to change it that I know of. Even Collinsworth said on the last one, and maybe he's right or wrong, but he said, man, they've been beating him on the same thing all day, and they should have done something about that. They never did, and obviously it finally led to that last touchdown. So I thought Josh McDaniels did not do any favors for his quarterback. Now, let's say that. So.
It wasn't a great game, but certainly Seahawks dominated it.
They had a lot to do with it.
I have a fact check about Mater Dei. Mater Dei used to be Marian Catholic.
Yes,
not
my
Mar
bad.
Vista.
And that's where. Okay, thank you. And that's where he went. He went to Marion. He did not go to Mar Vista.
Oh, the kicker for the Seahawks.
The Seahawks kicker went to Marion. So I was
about to say Mar Vista.
No, you're right. Mar Vista's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that correction.
Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy.
Nancy.
Yes. Okay. So Jason Myers went to Marion, which became Mater Dei. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that.
You got a good girls soccer team.
Good for, I like to get things right. And sometimes I don't. You hang around Scraby long enough, it rubs off.
There's someone showing a lot of grace over here.
More Gwynn and Chris coming up. Scraby's Winter Olympic update. You don't want to miss it because I don't want to.
Ooh. Some NCAA news just rolled through. We'll get to it on the other side. Having to deal with the Alabama big man that came from the NBA,
unless they're suspending Nate Oates, it's not going to be interesting. But I want to hear. That's what I want to hear.
It's interesting. You're going to hear it.
All right, coming up
from the first pitch of the year to the.
indeed love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Scraby. He has been dying for this segment really since the Winter Olympics kicked off.
Since the opening ceremonies.
Yes, he is.
Now, do you guys want one every day? Are we
No,
doing
no,
an
we don't
update
need one every
day?
day. We don't need one every day.
Good.
Keep it,
Yeah,
keep
how about
it
every
fresh.
hour, Scraby? Just keep it coming.
I think I could do an update on like Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah, lot going on in the Olympics. You obviously got the politics of it, but you also have some stories.
There's actually some events happening. Yes.
Yes. And you know what? I'll just shut up. We should check traffic first, huh?
Yep.
And then let Scraby get into his favorite sporting event.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
This traffic report supports Fentanyl-Free America, brought to you by the San Diego DEA. Got a traffic alert westbound King Freeway to both north and southbound 805. That transition is blocked, all due to an overturned semi. And there is a fuel spill thrown into the mix. That, again, is westbound King Freeway to north and southbound 805. Eastbound, you can access the 805 in both directions. Also, southbound 5 near the Coronado Bridge, we have reports of a collision over to the right shoulder. Another crash over to the right shoulder, South 5, right past 8th Street. Families laughing, parents cheering, futures filled with hope. The American dream is possible when our country is fentanyl-free. Protect communities, prevent fentanyl overdoses, and support those impacted. Learn how to protect your loved ones from fentanyl at dea.gov/fentanyl-free. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
How much have you guys been watching?
I got to
since
tell
it
you,
started?
the music's probably going to be at least as good as this segment.
Oh, the music is amazing.
Yeah. I've watched last night after the Super Bowl. It was on.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I caught, the figure skating. I caught a little of the downhill. Unfortunately, somewhere along the line yesterday, I already heard who won, and you know how I feel about knowing that. So
see, that's the thing.
I'm always
I love.
frustrated by the Olympics because we can't help but find out who wins everything.
That's the thing I love, though, is if I do find out what's going to happen, then I wait to see it. And I'm like, here it comes. Here it
I
comes.
don't like that. I want to be sweating it out a little bit.
It's an immediate turn off. You know what I'm saying?
To me,
like, I don't want to I don't want to hear the story. Like, I want to listen. I want to find out as it's happening.
That's what I would like. And it's really hard to do in the Olympics. But, Breezy Johnson, that's a name you can't forget, right? So they said she won. I was like, oh. And then they went to the coverage after the Super Bowl, and it was like, first out of the gate, Breezy Johnson. I'm like, well, okay, we already know how this is going to go.
Right.
And it was funny because at the top of the course, the color analyst was going, oh, man, she's making a lot of mistakes up here. This is going to really cost her. I'm like, no, it isn't.
No, actually,
no,
it's
it
not.
isn't.
It's
not going to cost her. But anyway, go for it, Scrape. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, someone on the chat is trying to get me to fall for a tweet that came out earlier today, and I had to tell him it's a fake account. Zach Gallen signed with the Padres.
Oh, yes.
Similar
We might
to
have
Nick Pavetta's. I mean, it could happen, but it's not true because I saw it this morning and nothing has happened.
We
since.
might be up on that.
Yeah. See,
But
I'm
thank
getting
you.
better at this, guys. I'm the gatekeeper of some
There would have been
information.
times, Gravy might have
Also, I
interrupted
have
the show
another
right there.
I have another update for Chris on his modern day thing.
More on the modern day Marion
Kurt
thing.
Kenny says the Seattle kicker
course.
graduated from modern day high school in Chula Vista. Marion Catholic became modern day in 2007. Myers graduated in 2009.
So he went to Marion for a year before it changed. As a freshman, he went to Marion. God, I'm trying to give Marion some love here.
Here we go. First thing, I guess the biggest story of the Olympics so far has to be Lindsey Vonn crashing.
No way.
And breaking her leg.
You think it's bigger than the quad god?
Yeah, I do. I do. Because Lindsey Vonn's story, the 41-year-old who has a torn ACL, doing the downhill, probably her last Olympics. Let's see if she could get another gold. Well, she crashed and really, really hurt her leg. She actually put up an Instagram post saying she sustained a complex tibia fracture that is currently stable but will require multiple surgeries to fix properly. She had to be airlifted out. Now, here's the thing that Tony and I were talking about before Chris showed up today. I originally, when I saw this news, thought, man, really dumb idea to be skiing on a torn ACL when 13 seconds into your race, you go down and you break your leg. But then as more information came out,
what do you know? More information.
I found out that skiers were like, this had nothing to do with her ACL. It had everything to do with her clipping the gate, and it turned her while she was in the air, which ended up making her crash.
That is what appeared to happen. Yeah. She went airborne, caught a piece of the gate, and that's ball game at that speed.
I just think this whole situation is irritating because people are chiming in. And listen, everybody has the right to have your opinion.
You can have it.
I get all that.
You don't know what you're coming from on this one.
But you don't know what you're talking about. There's so many people like literally mad that she was out there doing something that, by the way, she earned the right to do.
And she's born to do. This is what she does.
And listen, I will admit, I had my doubts. After I heard that she tore ACL, I was like, wow. But then I watched her work out for this thing, and she completely kind of settled all my worries. Now, the fact that she went out there and had the bad luck of clipping the side of that thing and it ending up messing up the rest of her
run.
run.
A 5-inch mistake.
I mean,
yeah,
listen,
when she clipped that, she turned sideways, and when she landed, obviously that wasn't going to work.
Right.
So.
And so, like, this is indicative of everything we got going. People that don't know anything about.
Oh, I told you so. No, you didn't tell me. You don't know anything.
Nothing.
You don't know anything.
I would like to say this, though.
You may.
What do you want to say?
With these sports, we are not experts. So the ski team and all their quotes that are passive aggressive about how no one knows skiing, I'm trying to learn. Teach me.
You're not. Okay, maybe you are.
Yeah,
but these people who are out there full-fledged know-it-alls.
Yeah,
out
those
there,
are people that are always going to do that.
Deserve to have the passive-aggressive comments.
But then they're talking to me too, and then I feel stupid for watching their sport.
You got to be able to decipher through who they're talking to, brother.
Well, Lindsey Vogn's career, by the way, is pretty
extremely
impressive.
decorated.
My goodness. Yeah. Does anyone realize she was on the World Cup, or has been on the World Cup for 21 years doing this?
Retired, came back.
She won the World Cup 4 times. The first was in 2008. 18 years ago, she was world champ. She's still trying to come back at this age and pull this off. And had she done it, all you would have been going,
oh my God, what a terrific story.
A tear in my eye. It was incredible. Yeah, you hit it on the head, Tony. She earned the right to do it. They didn't give her the spot. No. If they gave her the spot, you say, okay, that's a different story.
Fine. She had to qualify. I mean, it's not like they just had a sponsor's exemption and they put her in
And for
there.
those who the AC, she should have never been allowed to do. She just had the third fastest practice run that they had the other day. So, like, just get out of here.
Yeah, I changed my opinion on it, but originally I was like, it was too easy to link the two. The ACL, the crash, 13 seconds in. I'm like, her leg gave out 13 seconds in, but that wasn't the case.
Here's the thing. Who cares? It's not your ACL. If she wants to go out and risk it all for her.
But what about the person's spot she took?
She didn't take somebody's spot. She earned that spot.
I guess. Never mind. Her dad, Lindsey Vogn's dad, spoke today and said,
Lindsey's dad has the right to feel how he
said her career's over if he has anything to say about it.
Now, listen,
why do I think he doesn't?
I was about to say, at the age of
I can't
41,
imagine he encouraged this in the first place. Right?
At the age of 41, I'm pretty sure Lindsey's going about her business as she pleases.
Now let's move into curling. Team USA. I'll get to your quad god, okay?
Quad god.
Team USA curling
has
quad
god. It's your quad god.
Already exceeded expectations because the American mixed doubles team took down last Olympics gold medalist Team Italy.
Ooh.
And they are one win away from a guaranteed medal. So they could end up with the gold.
The Americans are medaling in curling now. The world has gone full circle here if that's happening.
But
I never thought I'd see us win a curling event.
They overcame the 2022 gold medal.
They got all the new curling facilities open around the United States, man. Like,
I need to try.
I'm just saying, everybody's getting into it.
You want to try to curl, Scraby?
I don't know that I have the balance to do it.
I would like to see you on with one of the brooms at the end.
They're not even on skates. They're in tennis shoes. I would fall.
They're special shoes. I would like to see you at the end with one of the sweeper guys, Scraby, trying to warm the ice. So
what about me going, sweep, go? That's what my job would be, is just yell at everyone who's sweeping. What would your job be, Chris? Would you be the stone thrower?
I'd be the official. I'd come over and
no, I'd be the I have the touch.
You think you could slide it over there,
I think
Tony?
I could.
All right.
Now, medal count as of right now, according to the Olympics website, Team Italy has 9 medals, 1 gold, 2 silver, 6 bronze. Now, when you guys see this and you see that they only have 1 gold, but they're leading medals, does that make you feel like they're less deserving of leading the medals?
Well, they're leading the medals. They're got the most.
But
if
6
you want to say
bronze
who's
is their
leading,
most?
but if you want to say who's leading in gold medals,
First
then
of
you
all-
say it's Switzerland and the Norwegians.
First of all, it's early.
They got 3 each.
The Norwegians are,
Yeah.
yes, they do. They have 6 total medals.
Did that come from me? I think
Yes,
it
it
did,
did.
didn't it?
You called them the Norwayans in
No,
the
I s-
beginning,
did I
and
say
then you changed to. I just
Norwegians?
listened to it.
Norwayans?
Norwayans. Team USA only has 2 medals, and they have 2 gold medals.
Yeah.
The gold medal came from the team figure skating last night. Ilya Malinin.
We don't need to know his name. He's
The
the
quad
god.
Actually, did you know this is crazy to me? He landed the first legal backflip in Olympic history on Saturday in the short program of the team competition.
I'm not gonna lie, watching him hit that backflip hurt my lower back.
He does the
Like
backflip.
there is no give to that ice. at
Pretty
all.
effortless though when he
No,
does
it was nice.
right?
So he
But
did
hurt my
it
lower
again
back.
on Sunday in the free skate on 1 foot, according to this article.
He's the thing
crazy
is-
thing about it, though, Chris, before you go,
Mhm.
backflips aren't judged. It doesn't count, apparently, according to this article. Now,
That's true. They don't want you to do it, so they don't.
so he
You
does
don't
it
gain
for
any
no
extra
reason.
points. He does it just for show.
Wow.
In terms of the actual event,
He's like, I'm so good, I'm a backflip, even though you don't.
they
count
don't
it.
count it.
I'm still
apparently.
And they
Wait,
don't
it's
call him
backflip.
the quad god because he's got big quadriceps.
'Cause he
It's
can-
because he could spin four times in
times.
the
He does
air.
he does a quad axle, which no
Yes.
one else can do. This is the weirdest thing to me is that you watch him perform, and then right after him was the Japanese guy trying to keep their team in it, and the Japanese guy was flawless. But he was also doing a different sport than what the quad god guy was doing.
Yeah,
It just wasn't the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing things that no one else can do. I don't know
Such an
another sport where
amazing
that
nickname.
happens. Do you know
Quad
another
god.
sport where there's one guy, the only one guy can do it, and the rest of the people can't even do it? It's weird.
It's kind of Michael Jeffrey
It
Jordan.
used to be Tiger Woods.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Tiger Woods after that.
I mean, he fell or almost fell in his routine last night on one of the spins there, but he ended up winning by 30 points anyway because it doesn't matter. So I mean, you talk about the most sure thing gold medal ever. I think he's going to end up getting that.
Probably. Now, if you're looking, I'm going to give you a little preview on some of the athletes Team USA has coming up for snowboarding in the half pipe. We have the youngest member of Team USA at these Olympics. Abby Winterberger is just 15 years old.
What does she compete in?
Half pipe.
Half pipe.
Who
Oh,
is
okay.
this? Who's this 15-year-old?
Abby Winterberger.
Can I ask people that are into the Winter X Games out there? I don't know that there's a lot of us in
And
Southern
do they
California.
still have Winter
Yes,
X
they do.
Games? They do?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think there's probably not many in Southern California. Although Shaun White was one of the greatest
I remember
Winter X
Shaun
Games,
White,
right?
yeah.
So he's a San Diego guy or Carlsbad. But the question being, we invented all of that, correct? Like 30 years ago, we
By
were
the way,
the
she's
first.
a skier, freestyle skier half pipe. I
Okay.
should make
We
that
were the first people to do all of that, if I'm not mistaken. We now don't win the gold medal in those events.
No.
Like other countries have blown past us in the Winter X type sports.
I feel
Some of them
like,
anyway.
I feel like it was as my generation has gotten older, we aren't as extreme as we used to be.
I agree
Okay.
with you.
Like X Games was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
a party.
I did not even know it existed. Now that might just be me and
Just not getting
old,
the same coverage,
but-
maybe.
But I feel like it's not getting that same
But we
coverage.
didn't even
Hey,
get on the women's big air snowboard final. Was Japan gold, New Zealand, South Korea. We weren't even on the on the
we
list
don't-
there.
We aren't.
So anyway,
We aren't doing those sports the way we had in the past. It feels like right
It's
now.
because, like, I mean, those other countries just got really good at it, and they like started to
start putting money into those sports.
put money into it
We
and
were
then
doing those
training them
sports.
for that.
I feel like without like a whole lot of
It was just
training
cool.
grounds. It's
Like, yeah, I was a
Catherine's
guy
out
who went
there making it up.
snowboarding, and now I'm on the
Right.
Olympic team.
Right.
So that's Abby Winterberger. Keep an eye out for her. She's not allowed to even have a driver's license, but she's in the Olympic Games. Now, on the other side,
She's not the first Olympic of her kind like that.
no. Claudia Riegler, I believe she's the Austrian team, 52 years old, and is going to be doing the snowboarding slalom type thing.
Get out.
52 years
legit.
old. She said she still has some pure joy. She's been competing in the Olympics for like over 20 years now. And 52. Yeah.
Right, let's go.
22
Hold
years.
up, on snowboard slalom.
Slalom.
Yes.
She got to go in and around.
Get
You know what?
out of here.
Come on. What's her name?
At
Claudia?
52?
Claudia Riegler.
Claudia, show me something. Get in the ski jumping contest next time. Come on.
God, I need to know
52.
your program. At 52, you been able to move around like that?
By the way,
52. I don't
that's
care who
crazy.
you are at the age of 52. This is impressive.
Yeah.
This is
If you're
very
going to watch
impressive.
the men's ski jumping final, it'll probably be the main event showed tonight. I won't tell you who won, so you can maybe enjoy it a little more. But the winner of the ski jump, I just went through this story, 107 meters. I don't know my math exactly,
Let's
but
see.
110 meters is 100 yards.
2 feet.
So
351 feet.
Wow.
So this guy jumping on the ski jump is jumping a football field.
Thinking about it that way is crazy.
Dang.
That's scary. is
And
what
Tony
that
and I
is.
just both looked at that a little bit ago and
There's
said,
no shot.
there is no way. And Scraby's like, do you think we could do that? He goes, no,
You'd
we
have
couldn't
to-
even make it down the ramp.
Yeah, I wouldn't even.
Like, let alone get the jump. We would all fall on the way down.
before I go down.
There is no way that I would think of.
Tony just falls off the end.
I mean, name another sport that you absolutely positively have no chance to even do. I would think that NASCAR racing.
I will tell you, the skiing aerials, those things are scary when they ski straight up in the air. and they have to
Scarier
go-
than that.
No.
You're at least on the ground or on
Well,
the.
no, you're
on the
doing like
snow.
17 flips and twists.
Well, I wouldn't do
and-
that either. I would just go over the moguls and go on down safely to the bottom.
My final story is the medals are breaking. You remember in
Are we
Paris?
back to doing the
Yeah.
bad medals again?
Apparently, the Olympics put so much money into it, except for the actual award medals. In Paris, I guess they had some sort of oxidation or with the medal, and it turned into look like an alligator skin. This one, they're telling everybody don't jump in them because they break. So apparently, they were so excited they're jumping, and then their medals broke. And the Olympics are looking into why the medals keep breaking.
You know, if you got to keep opening investigations on why the medal is not medaling, or
I can tell you why.
the stuff
They're
is breaking.
They're cheap.
They're not making medals like they used to.
No.
Which brings up when I walked through here earlier, we have our guy Dave Saunders, who's one of our sales guys, was on the 84 and 88 gold medal winning USA volleyball teams, and he actually had his medals the other day, and wow, they're pretty cool. And they're
Do they fall
1984.
apart? Do they fall apart?
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like it could come close to falling apart. It is like solid gold.
I mean, that was 1980s
I would love to
manufacturing right there.
see what his look like, because I see what my uncle's looks like.
You're right there.
And,
Well, you're Chris was in the same Olympics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
84. So I bet you they're similar, except Dave's are gold and your uncle's are silver.
Yeah.
I cheered for your
Although
uncle in
I don't
that
think,
game.
I don't think they look silver anymore, if I recall.
Oh, he hasn't
I
kept
think-
it tarnished up nicely.
I mean, it's been like keeps it
42
keeps all
years.
nice, yeah. But
I was at that game that they lost to Japan. That's all I remember about it.
they lost.
Well, I was cheering wildly for Chris as well, but didn't seem to do. It was at Dodger Stadium. Like your voice couldn't really be heard.
Right.
It's a big crowd.
Oh, thank you guys. That's it.
That was really good.
Let's get to the break.
Wasn't it?
Pretty good.
Friday. I've decided. Another one.
We have to wait 3 more days for one? Oh, no.
4
Chris-
more days.
Chris versus the feds. Coming up next, 833-288-0973.
Oh, we got a new qualification this week. So
Big prize?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. So last night, the bus was to leave for the airport at 8 p.m. And Tony, you know this. Everybody knows this. You know, if you're hooked up with anything like this, as Pete Carroll used to say, on time means you're late.
Right.
So Amy's the young lady who handles all the travel and puts together the itinerary. So we're just about ready to leave. You know,
TJ Lacita.
She stands up as the bus is kind of rumbling to life. And she goes, okay, everybody get your passports out. I want to make sure nobody leaves without their passport. Because, again, you are talking to college kids here, and you don't want
college
them
kids,
to,
huh?
That's what she thought she was talking to.
She thought she. So I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking to my head, like, you don't need a passport for this trip. I didn't even bring one. We're just going to the Bahamas. And so, yeah.
That was your thought process? The Bahamas are an international flight, I believe.
This is almost equal to the fact that North Dakota borders Canada.
I think it does equal that scrape.
Actually, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I forgot about it too, buddy.
Right. So for whatever reason, I did not bring my passport. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, my stomach, you have your sinking feeling. And I'm like, what? Never do that. Yeah, thank you. And I was like, oh no, I don't have my passport. Here's my second thought, guys. If I just quietly call Lori, because the flight wasn't until 10 o'clock. You got some extra time. So I said, if I call Lori and just have her bring my passport down to the airport, I'll be able to get away with this without everybody knowing that I blew it. Because that isn't a factor here. You don't want to be embarrassed. So she's in the back checking the players, passport situation out. And I'm having this argument with myself. Oh no, what do I do? And so my first thing is I'll call Lori and I'll just say, hey, can you, I blew it. I forgot my passport. Can you meet me down at the airport? And then I thought, we live 25 minutes from the airport. Lori is not going to be happy.
Nope.
Getting my passport and driving it down there.
Because the airport is really easy to access these days.
And never easy to access, exactly. So I had a quick discussion with myself, and it was either A, it's time for me to embarrass myself in front of the team, or I'm going to have to ask Lori to drive to the airport. I chose the first one. So I said, oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot my passport. I don't have it. And Stacey Terry Hudson looked at me and like, what? Like you? I mean, she wasn't mean about it. She was just like so surprised. And as I was, and everybody's like, what are you going to do? And I said, well, I live, literally 10 minutes from the school. And I said, I'm going to call Lori right now. Is there any way we can just hold up for 10 minutes?
What?
That's all. It was either that or make Lori drive down, Scrape. You got to understand my options here. They're very limited.
I get it, but I think your mistake means that you have to
do the hard one.
Yeah, you have to deal with the hard part.
I agree. Well, this didn't turn out a whole lot better. Amy, it's her first year on the job, but she's a very nice gal, so I don't have any really, I don't have any cachet with her yet. And she's like looking at her watch, looking at Coach Stacey Terry. She's like, 10 minutes, because that can be a little...
That's stressful.
Well, it's stressful. And she doesn't care. Her job is to get everybody on that damn plane.
Right. And a lot of times what we don't know, the traveling party doesn't know, is they've already called ahead and talked. They have a travel agent that's going to kind of expedite the process a little bit. And if they mess up that contact, then everybody's messed up.
So everything is thrown asunder if you got to wait 10 minutes. And but I'm on the phone with Lori, and Lori's like, well, I'm not going to the airport. There's no way. She's like, you tell them that I'll be there in 10 minutes.
You tell them.
And I will give Lori a lot of credit. She, while this discussion was going on, found the passport and was already in the car.
Whoa.
So I give her a ton of credit. She didn't wait for... Okay, go get the passport and hurry up.
Because she knew she wasn't going to the airport. So
she knew she wasn't going to the airport. Exactly, Tony.
She's like, I'm in the car.
She did. She said, I'm in the car. So I told, Amy, and I got Lori on the phone. I'm telling Amy and Coach, I'm like, she's on her way. And I said, I drive this all the time. It really is 10 minutes. And they're like, all right, 10 minutes. So last night the bus was to leave for the airport at 8 p.m. And Tony, you know this. Everybody knows this. You know, if you're hooked up with anything like this, as Pete Carroll used to say, on time means you're late.
Right.
So Amy's the young lady who handles all the travel and puts together the itinerary. So we're just about ready to leave. You know,
TJ
Lacita. She stands up as the bus is kind of rumbling to life. And she goes, okay, everybody get your passports out. I want to make sure nobody leaves without their passport. Because, again, you are talking to college kids here, and you don't want
college
them
kids,
to,
That's who she thought she was talking to.
She thought she. So I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking to my head, like, you don't need a passport for this trip. I didn't even bring one. We're just going to. I write like that. It's because I'm just transfixed on the luge. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris, 4 o'clock. The Winter Olympics are off and rolling in Italy, as we now know, because we had the great Scraby Winter Olympics update in the last segment.
Thank you.
If you missed it, sorry. You're going to have to go back and tee it up a little bit later on 97.3thefansd.com. Gwynn and Chris program. And, of course, you can watch the show on YouTube. I think we kind of remind people of that from time to time. Many of you are aware of that. And we welcome all of those on YouTube. And if you're driving, drive safely, and we'll get you home there in just a little bit. Big game tonight, Arizona at Kansas. If you're into college basketball, I'd say that's a game to watch for sure. Lakers OKC tonight as well, which would be a game I'd be really interested in if Doncic and SGA were playing, but neither of them are playing in that game.
That's all right. LBJ and Austin Reeves will be available for Lakers.
LBJ. Yeah. Austin Reeves. Lakers.
Never heard of him before or something? Seems like you're checking the brain.
I was about to take a shot at LBJ, and I thought better of it.
Lyndon B. Johnson?
I thought better of it. I'm going to leave LeBron out of this one.
Leave the NBA all-time scorer.
I know. I know he's the all-time everything.
Yeah, I'm saying.
And if you're not sure he's the best player ever, ask him. He'll remind you. All right, that was my shot at
that. He will.
That was my shot at LeBron. 402 is I don't know. I told you this before, Tony. I'm on like a Twitter feed that seems to think I want to see LeBron mess ups. Because they show me all these clips of him all the time.
Your algorithm tells us what you're looking for.
Talk about it. Makes sense.
The algorithm shows me him flopping and complaining and whining.
He
I
clearly
get these
looked some of
all
this
the
up at
time,
some point.
and I watch them, so I keep seeing them now.
Once you complete a video, algorithm takes that as
there it is.
Yes,
so I get to see
this.
every LeBron flop now, over and over again.
Is it wild to anybody else that we could be looking at the same athlete and be getting fed totally different things?
Stuff? Yeah,
is that
weird?
Wild to anybody else?
Because if you don't know LeBron James's career, and the only thing you know is what I see on Twitter,
you would think he is the worst player ever.
That's wild. Yeah, and then there's a whole video on there of Dennis Rodman talking about there's no comparison between LeBron and MJ.
Michael, yes.
Well, of course, Rodman played with MJ. I would expect him to stick up for him. But, anyway, so all those things I see.
My Instagram is just all cute dogs doing funny things.
I know your Instagram is
my Instagram does.
You've had to work on your algorithm
Instagram, there was a period of time where, as a guy, you just followed a bunch of girls. And I learned that I shouldn't do that when you get into a relationship. Enough said.
Yeah. My wife sends me the Maltese videos as well, and now I get a lot of those because our dog's a Maltese. Okay, let's get into Chris versus the fans because this is getting nowhere fast.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, so we need callers. 833-288-0973. Guess what? You will be qualified today for a shot at 2 tickets to 9 Inch Nails at Pechanga Arena. Pechanga? on March 9th. So you'll be qualified for this week. Last week we had Guns N' Roses. This week we have 9 Inch Nails. I like 9 Inch Nails. Do you like 9 Inch Nails, Chris?
I don't. I don't like nails in general.
Like an animal.
You're not gonna ask me.
Tony, do you like 9 Inch Nails? I just assume you don't.
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Yeah. While we're waiting for some calls, Tony touched on this earlier. We didn't get back to it. The college basketball news on the Alabama player.
Oh, that's right.
yes.
So if you want to throw that out there, Tony,
Yes,
because we need a minute to get some calls.
The injunction that was given to the young man to be able to play
Right.
has been denied. So he is ineligible moving forward until there's further news on it.
Yes, and Nate Oates has already come out ahead of this and said, don't care what they rule. We're keeping him on scholarship because we're just...
Is that the truth?
That is the truth. Nate Oates is just going to play this out forever and ever and think he's right. And that's just what he's all about. Now, here's what he says. He goes, look, I mean, I want him to keep his scholarship so he can work toward a college degree. It seems all
That's
fair enough, but I just don't know how the guy can be eligible for a scholarship when he already went to the, signed a pro contract. That's the problem.
Listen, I don't have a listen. If you have the extra scholarships, the scholarships get fine. I don't care about that. I just don't want him on the court playing, taking advantage of all of the things that he had by being a pro.
He got to play 5 games. Said Charlie Baker, NCAA president.
Charlie was happy today.
By the way, I didn't even know there was a real person who was in that chair.
I mean, he's been the same guy for the last couple of years.
Okay.
He just
I'm gonna give Charlie his thumbs up today. Yeah, I said, quote, common sense won today.
What? Charlie, I don't know if you should be saying
Charlie,
that,
do you
bro.
know what common sense is? Yeah, that's something Charlie seems pretty foreign to, but he went with common sense today. All right, Scrape, it looks like we're ready to roll.
All right. Rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult as you go along. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you will get that first question for free today. Let's go to Nick in La Mesa.
What's up, Nick in La Mesa?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. Here we go. First question. Scraby. What is the official term for the bobsled event in the Olympics? Oh my gosh.
This is a 1?
This is a what?
Is this not a 1?
Bobsled?
Yeah, the official term. I
I
said
think you're fine, Nick, because I don't know what he's talking about either. So
You guys are going to laugh when you hear his answer.
go ahead, Nick. You want to take a shot? He's not. Oh, you just buzzed.
well, I didn't know what was going on.
He didn't guess.
Bobsled was
My guess is bobsled.
bobsled.
Oh, okay.
Is what he went with.
Oh,
Chris, you want to?
and the question is, what's the official name for the bobsled?
Yes.
They run as fast as you can, jump in the thing down the hill race. What
I'm
is it?
sorry?
I don't know. What is it?
We talked about it on Friday.
I wasn't here Friday.
Instead of bobsled, it's bobsleigh.
Yes.
Oh, please.
That's what they officially call it in the
so
Olympics.
weird.
That's why I rolled my eyes when I asked the
If
question.
you go
begin
to
with.
the Olympic website, you cannot look up bobsled, but you can look up bobsleigh.
You're such a
You know who
you're
knows
such
that?
a guy.
You.
Because
Let's
I
go to
love
question.
the Olympics.
Let's go to question number 2. What in the world is
Unbelievable
going on
that
here?
he had that in there.
Where were the 2022?
Hold on. Someone said Robert Sled instead of bobsled. Dominic got me with that. Dominic got me with that one.
Should have been on top of that.
All right, here we go. Where were the 2022 Winter Olympics?
2022 Winter Olympics. China.
China.
I'll take it.
That works.
I didn't say city,
It
so
was.
there you go.
Very good. It was in China. That's
Remember
right.
they did it in front of the nuclear smokestack?
Yes, I remember that setting pretty well. All right, here we go. Question number 3.
Clean sweep on the Olympic question,
Yeah,
Tony.
why not? LA is hosting the 2028 Summer
Real
Olympics.
quick, Tony, can you just get up for a second and walk over here? I want to show you something.
What in the world? We're in the middle of a game.
It's important.
We're in the middle of a game.
This is the Winter Olympics, and this is the schedule for next Tuesday. What does that say there?
It says bobsled.
I thought
Hold on.
it did. Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. Thank you, Tony.
What website is he on?
ESPN.
Well, that's not the official website.
Get out of here. Everybody calls it the bobsled.
Olympics.com.
That's the point.
Olympic bobsled. I'm never going to give this up. ESPN, that's like the American way of saying it.
Oh, I see. But yours is the Olympic way of saying it.
Mine is the correct way of saying it.
Okay.
This guy is off the chain. All right.
Sorry.
LA.
Nick, you're up. Go ahead. Nick for the win. Let's get back to business.
It's like how we call it soccer instead of football, you know?
No,
It's
it's nothing like that. LA is hosting the 2028 Summer Olympics. What U.S. city is next after that?
Oh, wow. We know already?
Oh, yeah. And it could be either winter or summer. It's not, I'm not giving you not saying it's summer.
This is even more confusing.
Salt Lake City.
Got
Holy cow. Nick just flying through this thing.
That was impressive, Nick. Stay right
Nick,
there.
way to go, man.
Yeah, Winter Olympics, I think 2032 is Salt Lake City. I'm not 1,000%. Oh, 2034. I'm sorry.
Very good.
Nice work.
So we got the summer in 2028.
Yes,
we got the winter in 2034.
Uh-huh.
And that's it.
Thank goodness for that.
Chris, take us home.
I have nowhere to go after that display.
I like
of
how he has to fact check,
Jeopardy type
even though
questions.
I said on the website of the Olympics, it says bobsleigh.
I'm just saying.
Because no one ever refers to it as that.
Happened.
They just don't.
We do this every Winter Olympics, guys. I think this is our third Winter Olympics together.
I know, and you keep trying to manifest this thing from having, it has never been called bobsleigh.
If the official Olympic website says that.
If anybody says to you, what event is it on Cool Runnings? They would say
No one is going to say
Jamaica,
bobsled.
we have a bobsleigh team.
No way. Let me ask you this as a way of comparison.
I know that's ridiculous.
When is the last?
We need to go to break.
How many touchdowns this year did DeKalen Zacharias Metcalf catch?
DK?
See, we call him DK.
Right.
Nobody
He doesn't
calls
like
him the other
DeKalen.
thing. But that's the official name.
Remember the Lions guy
That's
was
the
like
official
called him
name.
DeKalen?
DeKalen Zacharias Metcalf.
That's
So we
different.
should go with it.
He immediately on his own shortened it. No, that's DK.
Well, if that
So just like bobsled is bobsled.
if a bobsleigh was a sentient object, it would say, "Hello, my name is Bobsleigh." Not
We got to go to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side. Here's the traffic.
this is ridiculous. Traffic will be at the end, guys.
At Fraser Farms Market.
4 o'clock hour, talking some college hoops. NCAA got after it. UNC Duke over the weekend. It was one of those classics. Duke had that lead for much of the game. North Carolina storms back. They win. And of course, in a rivalry game where two teams are literally across the street or across the interpass.
8 miles.
Not far at all.
Just think of San Diego State to USD.
Yeah.
That's 8 miles.
100%.
Same as North Carolina Duke.
These two are hated rivals. And, of course, after North Carolina got the dub, they stormed the court. And
well, they stormed it twice.
That's right,
because they had to put 4/10 of a second back on.
That's
and
ridiculous.
Clear everybody
sometimes
off.
the referees was like,
at that point, just
let the game play. I get it.
Let me ask you a quick question though.
Yeah.
Do you think in college, men's college basketball is the only one where they don't allow you to call a timeout
Yes.
and move the ball to half court?
It's stupid to me.
To me, if there were 4/10 and you could do that,
fine, makes
that's
sense.
good. But to have to throw it in from your own end of the court is a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah, you can't do nothing with that.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
I don't know why they won't change that.
I've long felt the halves and that particular rule need to change. I also think the possession arrow. Get rid of that thing too.
You don't like that?
I hate that.
But but if you saw the officials try to throw the ball up,
I mean,
like if they had to do it like 9 times in a game,
I have seen them do it. It's not great.
You're almost
right.
better with the arrow. But I know what you mean. You'd like in the NBA, they throw it up there every time.
I just want to see it. These kids are all trying to go there anyway. You might as well set it up at least close to the same.
Yeah.
But I bring on it up to get to John Shire, who is the Duke's head coach. After the game, he had some words. We don't have that sound.
I actually have an update from today, if you would like, or do you want the sound from him after the game?
I kind of want to hear the sound from him after the game.
Let me go find that.
He took umbrage with the North Carolina students storming the floor. Now, I said this to Chris earlier. It felt like sour grapes a little bit. He was probably upset because he was claiming that guys were getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
And, it was
You brought up a good point. If somebody got punched in the face, TMZ would have it by now.
There's cameras everywhere.
Right. You can't get away with anything. There's no way somebody hauled off and cold-cocked a Duke coach without somebody not seeing it.
He made it seem like it was like not just, it was multiple guys.
Just happening
he said
all
guys
over.
Getting punched.
They were laying my coaches out. Coaches were just getting laid out right and left on the Duke sideline there.
Yeah, but I mean, if we could get the sound, we'll play it for you. But nonetheless, I don't know your thoughts on it. It just felt like you got it.
Yes, the audio is.
Is this after the game or is this the updated?
This is after the game. So the audio is tough, but I think we can all hear it.
Answering questions about the game. For me, it's hard to talk about the game when I was most concerned just for the safety of our players after the game. Like, I don't want to make it about that because Carolina, they played a great game.
Can you stop it there for a second?
That's a heartbreaking loss.
I love when they say I don't want to make it about that. But here I go anyway.
I'm on my way anyway. I got this. I don't
can't
want
slow
to
me down now.
but I gotta go.
I'm going now. Sorry.
For a team, I got staff members that got punched in the face. My family pushing people away, trying to not get trampled, and that's not what this game is about. And you give them all the credit in the world. It's not about the game, but obviously that was a scary ending, and that this rivalry is not about that. As far as the game itself,
now I did see people have been looking through the video trying to find all this. I did see that there were North Carolina fans throwing stuff at Duke players and
I have no
coaches.
doubt, but you know
But
what?
that's
But Duke fans have thrown stuff at other players. I'm almost sure of it.
And not only
in the
that,
history of the game,
that wasn't what he said. He said that a few of the members of his coaching staff got
were getting punched in the face. I just, the only thing I say is when Duke is, having a season where they're, not ranked, and Carolina comes in and they beat them on a last second shot like that with a buzzer beater, the Cameron Crazies are going to storm the court. And I want to see John Shire stop them. He's not going to, and that he's not going to be able to.
No.
So it comes off as sour grapes. Nobody wants to see anybody get hurt.
And I'm sure
nobody wants a family to get trampled, but you don't put your wife and kids in a spot where that could happen. You have to be aware that that's a possibility. I hate to say it.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Here's what I'll say.
You can't stop all these kids from storming the courts.
And I'll say this. I mean, when the Padres go into, Philly,
right?
They don't, as cordial as you would like it to be.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that way. And you know that when you say, hey, you guys coming to Philly, this is
and then you're going to sit here or sit there. I think that's fair, Scraby.
Yeah, expect that this is something that can happen.
Don't think that you can walk into Philadelphia and go, I am Manny Machado's wife, so I need to be treated with class and dignity. They're going to dump
they
beer on
probably
you.
you should.
But you probably won't be.
And I'm not saying I want to see that happen to Shire's parents at all. I don't. But he has to know that unfortunately, this is a rivalry of craziness with kids.
Right.
They're not going to worry about your wife, unfortunately, in that situation.
No.
So you have to play it out that way.
I think what you can do is make it way harder for them to get to the court and put up a gate or something.
But here's the thing: is they're
going to hop the gate, but at least it slows them down a little bit.
I don't think they want to spend the money on that type of thing where they know it's not going to. Those kids want to storm the court. They're storming the court.
And they do fine the schools that storm the court.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma State got fined last week for beating somebody, and they got fined.
I think Duke got 50, or North Carolina got 50.
Carolina will get fined.
They're gonna pay for it.
And you know what? If they wanted to stop it,
when the schools get tired of paying
they
that
would have
money,
stopped it, or they would have tried.
They'll start doing what they have to do to keep fans from going.
It is not easy to do, but I will say I remember running onto the field after the Super Bowl one time when I was a little kid at the Coliseum. I was running around out there for an hour after the game. Don't believe I could do that now.
No.
So, they can do things, but I think storming the court is an unfortunate for some, but for the rest of us, kind of a fun part of college basketball.
Totally get it, but
so
in this day and age, there are so many security risks with that. Like, what if someone had a knife and then they ended up stabbing someone?
Absolutely, Scraby.
Many
what are
people
we
have been
supposed to do?
storming the court. We haven't had that particular one pop up.
We'd have to live in fear of everything. If you want to put it that way.
I don't live in fear of anything.
Well, I wouldn't want to either. Well, you just said if they storm the court, what if somebody's got a knife? Hopefully they're not getting a knife into the arena. They are trying to take steps of watching that. You go through metal detectors on your way into arenas now. I'm not saying that's going to catch everything. I'm just saying that there are some precautions taken there. But Duke, North Carolina, man, that's what's. I mean, if Kansas beats Arizona tonight.
By the
Bill
way,
I can't
the
stand
Arizona
that this
coach
is
a Big 12 matchup.
Isn't that just stink?
It's so stupid.
Just not right.
Kansas versus Arizona, this Big 12 matchup.
Yeah. But if I'm the Arizona coach, I'm not putting my wife right behind the bench. It may not be the day to do that.
No. Listen, there are some places that you can feel comfortable doing that, and there are other places that you can't.
It's just, I know what you're coming from, Scraby, and you say, well, that's bad. But it is. But no, you're right. But it is how it is.
It's been how it's been.
It just is unfortunate for the coach Shire that his name rhymes with crier. Shire the crier is all out there.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's get some break. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
I mean, look, sometimes
put it together.
Just real quick, sometimes the Radio Row guys gets trampled, right? Because they're sitting right at courtside and people come over the table.
Oh, yeah.
To get on the floor. If you don't like it, then ask to go call the
You
game
know
up
what you
top.
could do?
'Cause,
I definitely had this thought. It never happened to me because I never had a basketball game. But you get one of them students that like jumps over you onto the table, just sweep his leg out from under him as he goes by.
And then somebody will get filmed with that, and then I'll be the one going to jail after the game.
Sweeping his leg right through. All right, let's get to break.
What do you think? I'm Bruce Lee all of a sudden?
Just saying.
Sweep the
He's
leg.
Sweep the leg.
Stepping all on your computer
Sweep
equipment and
the
stuff.
leg.
All right, let's get to break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side. Big Five.
Big Feezy.
Big Feezy on the other side. More Gwynn and Chris.
Ben and Woods.
4:34 is the time. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan.
Just retired, Scravy.
Yeah, what the heck happened? Did I get Wally pipped?
What about it?
Are you replacing me?
No, I'm
No,
just
he's
giving you
saying-
I'm giving you an update here.
Gotcha. I'm sorry.
The winner of the women's 1,000 meter speed skating final.
Julieta?
That's not her name, but it's close. She's from the Netherlands. She's the fiance of Jake Paul.
Yeah.
They've been together for a while.
She won gold.
She won gold.
Yeah.
Set the Olympic record. It looks like it's one.
Is he a boxer though?
I don't know what he is.
Oh.
He's a yeah.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. I know I wasted a bunch of time with that Mike Tyson thing.
I did
That
too.
wasted my time.
Shame on me.
Yeah, me too. But anyway, that's the latest on the gold medal and that. And then the other thing is we're watching the luge. So I looked it up. United States has never won a gold medal in the luge. We've never even won a silver medal in singles competition. The best we ever did was one bronze. Some lady in 1998, I think, from America got a bronze in the luge. What is it we would have to do to become world-class lugers?
We got to open up some luging facilities.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
That's just
what is
what
it
it is.
that they're doing in Germany with the luge that we're not doing? You lay
They
on
practice.
the sled and go.
They practice.
Yeah, this is very important to them.
They practice.
Practice what?
Hey, you got to have.
You'll be able to steer.
You got to be able
Point
to
your toes and
That's-
away you go.
Well,
Apparently, the way you move your head too
it's-
helps.
I imagine
steer
at
you.
those speeds, you got to be like on it. Like,
You're going 80.
Well, let's get on it.
what's the
then.
one where you're forward? Scrape.
Oh, that's the.
That's the skeleton.
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 That's where you're forward.
Yes,
That's
the
really
International
crazy.
Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation is
Now,
a thing.
do the bobsledders
Slayers, yes.
and the what is it? The skeleton.
Skeleton.
And by the
Yeah.
way, would you people in the
Do-
chat
do-
stop supporting him on this? He's really gaining support and momentum with your.
Yes,
with
Clay
all of
said
your-
the Bobsleigh World Cup is an annual
All
bobsleigh
right,
competition
okay.
that has been going on
Do
since
they are they
1940.
taking the same philosophy as Bob Sleigh?
What do you
sled,
mean?
Where they're taking these sprinters
Well,
and they're
no.
having
Yes,
Is-
Herschel Walker was in the
is it the
bobsled
same
because he was
thing?
fast.
Yeah, they do take it from other sports for sure. Like I think you end up in the luge and the skeleton if
You
you're not
can't quite
great at
get the
anything
But
sprint.
I don't know
else.
that
but-
speed matters in the luge. You're already lying on the luge and you pull yourself in the little
Okay, so
starter
yeah, so
gate.
then
There's
luge-
no
the skeleton, you're
running.
kind of like
Skeleton,
running
you're
and then
running
you're
Yeah,
into
I
it,
get
though.
that. I get that.
That would
The
be
luge, though, to me, we end up losing by like 0.6 of a second every time. How can we not make that up once in a while?
I don't know.
I don't get
I
it.
don't know either.
Somebody,
This is a great question,
We
Chris.
only
is ever a
lose
loser
when-
help me?
we only lose when it's the Olympic
Well,
time.
Eric
Everybody's
says-
losing in their spare time.
Eric says there's only 2 luge tracks in America
There
and
you
there's
go.
7 in Europe. So we need
There
to
you go.
we need 5
We
more
need a few
luge
more.
tracks. Put one up in Escondido. We'll have a curling and luge center.
Like we got all the things for all these other events that we do well in.
Apparently, our athletes in that sport are just losers.
Underfunded.
Hey, okay. Thank you very much.
That was a good one.
All right, let's go.
Let's go to traffic. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Good news for westbound King Freeway travelers. Transition ramp to north and southbound 805 has been reopened. That overturned big rig out of there. Fuel spill cleaned up. So, yeah, speeds are doing a good job of getting back to normal there. Westbound King Freeway has reopened to north and southbound 805. South 15 to the South 805 connector ramp. Collision over the right shoulder. Also collision on northbound 5 before 28th Street. It's got the fast lane blocked. Westbound 8 near Severn, we have reports of some debris in middle lanes. And on the coastline, southbound 5 just past Tamarack, some wood debris reported in the 2 left lanes. Heads up, San Diego, the next long weekend is coming up. Get road ready now. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Get you in and out fast. No appointment needed. Real pros check lights, fluids, and tires with any oil change. Locations and coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing
and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how, and it's time to get into it.
Number 5.
Because a pitcher we talked about in free agency has signed with another team. The Rays are reportedly in agreement with Nick Martinez on a 1-year, $13 million contract. Earlier this morning, it was reported Marcell Ozuna is joining the Pirates on a 1-year, $12 million deal. Chris, you're up first.
Yes.
We've talked about both of these players as a Padre.
Not Ozuna, we haven't.
Well,
I mean, we have
talked
about
it.
Dismissed it.
$12 million for him, $13 million for Nick Martinez. Do you think it was the skill of the player or the salary that the Padres passed up?
Well, Ozuna, I don't think it was either. I think with Ozuna, I don't think the Padres want to dabble in that.
I don't disagree, but they were connected.
I know, but I don't think we wanted to, bring him in.
What about
based on past transgressions, whether correct or not? I'm okay with that.
What about Nick Martinez?
Well, I mean, was it $13 million?
Yes.
I mean, I think the Padre bullpen is good enough. Now, I know you're thinking for a starter.
Yeah.
I know. Nick's. I'm not sold on Nick as a starter. I'm sold on him as a great guy, and a guy that's valuable to your staff because he can start or relieve. But you're going to give him the ball every fifth day for an entire year. I don't feel that's $13 million worth.
I feel like he's going to have the similar role to last year with the Reds, where he started games when he needed to, and he was a bullpen guy when he needed to.
Yeah, and I just don't think the Padres need that. We've got enough bullpen.
Tony, do you think it was the skill of the player or the salary the Padres passed up on these guys?
Probably the salary. I mean, given, what my guy we just signed for these Diamondbacks last year, Miguel.
Oh, Andujar.
Miguel Andujar, excuse me.
Andujar Miguel.
Given what he signed for, I would say that, the price tag was too much. Ozuna got 16?
12. And Nicky Tight Pants got 13.
Got 13. So, I mean, that to me tells you that they both were out of price range, and the Padres didn't need any bullpen help. And Nick, listen, as much as he has been able to start, he hasn't really stuck as a starter in any one full season. I think he's at best gone back and forth between being a starter and a bullpen guy, and I don't know that role is necessarily needed with what looks like pretty good depth in the Padres bullpen.
Yeah. All right.
Can I put a 4.5 in? Because we were just talking about this gal from the Netherlands who won the speed skating. I didn't realize that she's like a big controversy now because apparently she flew over to the Olympics on her own private jet.
I saw this.
And did not go with the team and the whole thing. And they all feel she's a diva and this, that, and the other. And
I mean, other countries do take this very seriously. So
there's many Dutch athletes that are not supportive of her, even though she's from there.
Wow.
We'll see where that goes. She did win the gold medal today. We'll see if her country celebrates with her or continues to be critical.
I mean, we do live in a different day and age, and she does make money. I mean, she can afford it. But I get why they're mad, because this is like a big deal to
that's typically
some of those
how
European countries.
We approach it over this way.
Johan Dirksen took exception to it. Johan said her behavior is horrible to me, like that of a diva. Ooh. If I were her coach, I wouldn't tolerate it.
Ooh.
He
must not be their coach. Her coach,
right, he said gradually the whole of the Netherlands is starting to get a bit fed up with her behavior.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. This is before she won the gold medal today.
Yeah, everything changes when you win a gold medal.
I think the folks there seem a little jealous of.
It does kind of feel like that.
It does feel like a little jealousy going on there.
Sounds like it.
All right, this is a wild story. It's a sad story. It's a crazy story. But Atlanta Falcons rookie linebacker James Pierce Jr. was arrested Saturday in Florida.
Any of this is good, is it?
No, I didn't say it was.
I thought you said some of it was fun.
No, I did not say it was fun. He was arrested Saturday in Florida after an alleged domestic dispute involving Los Angeles Sparks forward Ricky. Is it Ricky?
Rickea Jackson.
Yeah, Rickea Jackson, please said. Pierce was arrested in Miami-Dade County on 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and a count of aggravated stalking. He was also charged with fleeing and eluding police officers, aggravated battery of a law enforcement officer, and resisting an officer without violence to his person. According to online records, Pierce was booked into the jail at 6:58 p.m., and the police chief, Edwin Lopez, told TV that the alleged dispute was between the two, Pierce and Jackson. Lopez said told the outlet that Pierce was arrested after fleeing and crashing his vehicle during a police chase. There is video of this everywhere. You see him fleeing in his car. You see him trying to be subdued by the police. There is no shortage of video on this. So, Tony, first round pick. After seeing all this, are you cutting him if you're the Falcons?
Normal behavior for a Falcon, isn't it? Sorry, Adam. I just had to sneak that shot in there.
I don't know James's history. No, that is stats. Has he been into trouble prior to this? Is this behavior that we've seen from him once before?
That's good. Those are good questions.
As a first round pick, regardless of that information.
Remember what Ryan Clark said.
I was about to get to this. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not going to be solely on has he been in trouble before.
I know.
He's a production. It doesn't look like
he was third in the defensive rookie of the year voting.
Production is also going to be a part of this conversation, whether you agree with that or disagree with that. So to answer your question, if indeed he hasn't had anything like this before, we're going to get this young man some help. We'll put him in that category in offense number one. If that is
go to the old anger management course that never seems to help anybody.
Stay away
from
that. Rickea. Stay from Rickea and see if you can get yourself fixed. Now, if this isn't his first time,
I'm looking and I don't see anything off the first glance.
But you're right, Tony. If it's not, then it's on them for making that mistake. Yeah. I would think.
Dude had 10.5 sacks this year.
Yes, like I said, production unfortunately is going to be a part of this equation.
Before Chris goes, he reminds me of former 49ers edge rusher Alden Smith. Alden Smith was very, very good and got in a lot of trouble as a young player.
I would push back on Alden because Alden got into a whole lot of trouble
a few times,
and he was
and the 49ers kept standing by him.
I know.
He was a triple or quadruple offender.
He was stopped at an airport for yelling bomb. Like there was some.
Can I just say on this one here, this is almost has nothing to do with the actual incident itself. But as I'm reading this and what he was willing to go through to try to get to Rickea Jackson,
scary.
It is amazing what you women can do to some men out there.
Oh, that's not
meant to be. It's meant to be kind of comical,
right?
But
I know what you're saying.
Sometimes guys just are so
they can't think.
They don't think straight.
They are just.
They don't think straight. That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. No, Rickea Jackson didn't do anything to deserve this kind of behavior.
Yeah, relationships make sane people go crazy.
Right. People do crazy stuff. So let's take a little wait and see attitude here and hope he can get some help.
All right. If you haven't seen the video, though, a 6'5", 265-pound man is not easy to get under control.
He had 10 sacks at some point.
He does look like he is a high-class athlete.
Number 3.
Derek Carr, guys. Remember him? He may have some gas left in the tank. The 4-time Pro Bowler quarterback shockingly retired last May due to a shoulder injury, but could return next season if the, quote, right situation and coaching staff, end quote, presents itself. Carr turns 35 in March. He forfeited $30 million.
Just 35, huh?
Yeah.
It's not that much.
Forfeited $30 million after he suffered a labral tear and damage to the rotator cuff in his right shoulder. He elected to retire instead of undergoing surgery. He says his body has responded well to rest and rehab and that he has faced no shoulder limitations as he incorporates throwing into his workout regimen. So, Chris, you're up first.
Yeah.
Is Derek Carr playing NFL football next season?
Starting for the Dolphins. Better than anything we got right now.
I heard that.
I would say,
was like, give me Derek Carr. I'll take it.
It's better than anything we have on the roster at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's impossible. No. I mean, come on. 35. He's not too old. He's been fairly successful recently. there's a lot of bad quarterbacks. 2 of them were in the Super Bowl yesterday. So, just saying.
He slipped that one in there.
I had to sneak that in.
He ain't gonna let these two down.
I'm not letting him off the
Last
hook.
night he texted us. We never even brought this up.
I know.
But we'll talk about it
but
later,
that was midway through the third quarter when it was really ugly.
That's my point, though. It wasn't even got to the close to the end of the game.
I know,
yet.
but I said as of right now, this is the worst quarterbacking I've ever seen.
And in the first, and
That's
3
all.
minutes after that, the Seahawks
I know. Then
stripped
they
Drake
hit a
May.
couple touchdowns.
Well, it wasn't that you just said that this was the worst quarterback. You said these defenses aren't really that good. And then 4 seconds later,
I put in capital letters that good. I meant like they're not that good.
Oh, okay. I misread that.
Oh,
Okay.
I read it right.
Oh,
I was still like, what is this guy talking about? I'm just kidding. Wait, did you go, Chris?
Yeah, I said put him on the Dolphins.
Oh, Tony.
I'm good.
Is Derek Carr playing football next season?
Yes.
All right.
I think so.
If he wants to, I think he's.
If he's healthy, he's playing.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 2.
Now, tennis has been all over the headlines the last few weeks, and it has nothing to do with the play on the court. Daniil Medvedev. Now, Chris, would you call him a star in the sport?
Not at the moment. He's won a Grand Slam, but he's slipped way down to about number 10 or 11. Well, it's not bad. He was number 2 or 3 for a while. Now he's number 10 or 11.
Okay.
He's not a threat to Alcaraz and Sinner at this point.
Well, he is not a fan of the tennis balls at this tournament. The Rotterdam Open.
His favorite college basketball coach is Schreier the Crier.
Schreier the Crier.
'Cause, I mean, Medvedev is a whiner.
So I couldn't get audio that was good enough for us to play, but he called the tournament supervisor to the court over the weekend, said, these tennis balls are round or not round? Are they round? Head balls, which is the ball that they're using. Are they round? Are you sure? Because I see it not round. Supervisor then confirmed that they are round. And Medvedev said,
an argument on whether the ball is round.
It's a bit strange.
How did you confirm it was round? The measuring device
I don't know.
there?
So I think maybe we should
circumference.
consider. So he goes after the actual ball, which I'm sure that this company is not happy about.
Cringing.
He said Head Tour XT ball is not round, so we should not be playing with it. Nobody should be buying it. We should not be promoting a tennis ball that is not round. We have 3 more games to play with not good balls. The problem is when you touch it with the racket, it does not react the same way on your shot. So how do you want us to play tennis?
What's this guy's name?
Medvedev.
Medvedev, the flat baller.
Oh, he's a flat,
He's a flat
baller.
Here's some of the headlines about what he said. Quote, what a disgrace. B, pathetic stuff from Medvedev. People are tired of his act in general.
All right, Tony, do you have any issues with him calling out the tennis ball?
I mean, it sounds like he's a bit of a whiner.
He really is.
I mean,
He's looking
I
for
know he
stuff
had a
out
little bit of support from at least one other player on the ball not being round, but they may just be flat ballers.
I mean, this is what he's known for here. Daniil Medvedev always blames everything other than his own play. That's just what he's known for. The thing to me is it gives tennis players in general, it puts them in a bad light, because I think a lot of us in general think tennis players and golf both are born with the silver spoon. And they're used to. I didn't say they are. I said there's a lot of
offended over here. Why are you getting offended, Scrape?
Because go ahead.
I said people think that it's a rich elitist sport, tennis, golf, both. You don't.
I'm not a lot of with that.
There's not a lot of golf courses in the. There's not a lot of golf courses in the hood that I know of.
In the hood,
I'm just saying.
It's the truth.
There are people who feel that way. So when athletes in those sports act like this, diva-ish, it kind of perpetuates that myth.
I mean, was it the old Netherlands coach that said that old girl was diva-ish?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
so
man.
there you go.
Number 1.
All right, this one's pretty easy. Look in your sheet, guys. I have posted a picture of the Marlins' new uniforms. They have revealed their new teal throwback jersey for the 2026 season. Chris, where are you at with these old school teal Marlins jerseys?
I like them, but my first thought is that the Marlins stink and the whole organization stinks, and that even if it's cheap to get new uniforms by comparison, it would make me angry that we're even bothering with that.
Why?
Get a better team. That's what I care about way more than whatever uniform. And I know it's different, but it is
I would
kind of the
argue
same.
you,
Sometimes
but
it bothers me.
They probably don't have a lot of people buying jerseys to begin with. Tony, what do you think about these teal uniforms for the Marlins? You like them?
Love them.
All right.
Get us
I liked
back
when
to what it looked like before.
You remember the Marlins' first couple of years had teal hats.
They did
that match these.
Bring back the teal hats.
Yeah, this one has a black hat. By the way,
these are sweet though.
There was a quote unquote leak of the Padres City Connect
Again?
uniforms from China. And again, I will say, if these are the uniforms, I am not going to be excited about these ones.
Let me see. Send me the link.
I got to go do some digging, but I will send you it.
By the way, you didn't give the result. Mr. Medvedev lost, but he managed to win 15 games along the way with those
not round ball,
flat round balls. Yeah, it's amazing how he was able to still perform with
flat balls or something else.
We'll talk about flat balls and we'll talk about round balls when we get back on.
How about big balls?
Every group chat has that.
Happy Hour. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Elo, Matt Scraby, taking you through the final hour on Gwynn and Chris on this Monday evening. And we're kind of just going through the weekend in sports. Super Bowl Sunday, a little bit of a dud, I must say. Seahawks.
You didn't rank it bottom 10, though.
I didn't rank it bottom 10.
Not quite that low, you thought. Okay.
I still enjoyed it because the team that I wanted to win won. So,
well, fair, yeah.
That's ultimately makes it.
I'm wondering if I can name 10 Super Bowls worse, and frankly, you can, because you go back to the early days of the Super Bowl.
Even if
almost every Super Bowl was kind of a dud like that.
There were a lot of bad ones through the 90s, if I'm being honest.
Right, there were.
I think only one of the 3 Cowboy wins was close. I think they blew out Pittsburgh. They blew out
Buffalo. They beat twice badly.
Right.
Buffalo would lose. Buffalo and Denver were like whipping boys during the 80s and 90s.
Right. Redskins put up 40 something on them. There were some a
lot of boring games.
Boring games.
But 12-0 after 3 quarters was in the running for boring.
Had the game stayed like that the rest of the way, it could have probably been in it, but they opened up a little bit.
How about 30 points in the fourth quarter? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, I think without that fourth, even though the game was still in hand, you probably do get a top, bottom 10.
I was kind of rooting for the I was rooting for the first shutout in Super Bowl history.
I was too. Once they got to 12,
they had it. I mean, and then all of a sudden,
see, that's where Drake May, you could see. He put together 2 really good passes.
What? He dropped one pass in and then threw one. You
can see the brilliance of their offensive coordinator start to kind of get them going.
He finally figured it out. And once he got going,
it became.
It's just a shame they don't have 6 quarters because they would have won that game.
Right. And then after that, he threw that touchdown. He dropped back and he threw one down the middle.
To no
18 yards behind his receiver. He was so far off, you couldn't even tell who that was intended for.
That Super Bowl loss really took the air out of Mike Hollins' entrance into, Mac Hollins' entrance into the stadium. I don't know if you guys saw it. I don't know if it was I don't know if he was Hannibal Lecter. I don't know if he was a prisoner. I don't know if he was making some type of statement.
I've looked,
but he came in with his feet shackled. He always comes in barefoot, so this isn't like a out of the ordinary thing in terms of the way he showed up barefoot. Sometimes he has no shirt on. This time he actually was clothed, but he had no shoes or socks on.
Hold on, I'm getting the picture.
He was handcuffed, and he had his feet chained together. So I'm not sure what his deal was.
There we go.
But I know it resulted in an L. As you can see him coming in.
He did catch a touchdown.
He did.
It was good for him.
He did catch one.
Yeah.
He was caught meaningful. The only one for the Patriots.
No, they had 2.
I'm sorry.
Stevenson caught that one off the turf.
Stevenson caught the one. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But this is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
Listen, I'm not going to fully jump in on it because I don't know if there was
I've looked to see if there was something. I couldn't find anything. So if there is a message, then I will backtrack. But this
Based
is the
on that
Super
picture,
Bowl,
it's a little freaky, dude.
It is a little freaky.
Really? This is the Super Bowl.
Secondly,
like he was on the bus like that, I assume.
Like
before
none
he got
of his
off
teammates
the
were
bus.
like, "What is this dude doing?"
I'm sure he had been talking about it leading up to the week.
Right.
What he was going to do. So I'm sure they knew. The other one was Puka Nacua. Had him decide to post a laughing emoji after Sam Donald. I assume it was something after Sam did that wasn't good.
No, it was the game.
Oh, it was at the end of the game he posted?
Sam didn't do anything bad.
I'm just saying. He had the laughing emoji, and he just really opened himself up to be hammered by whoever had an account.
Who was it? Ernest Jones?
Yeah, Ernest Jones, who's the linebacker, kind of the hybrid safety linebacker for the Seahawks.
Said, aren't you supposed to be home?
aren't you at home?
Puka had a very a commercial that he was in that showed the softer side of Puka.
He did.
Where he was pretending to speak to his younger self, and my wife was all excited. And, oh, isn't that nice? I said, It would be nice if they didn't use Puka, because the guy just rubs me the wrong way, and I'm having trouble coming around on him.
There were some decent commercials yesterday. Speaking of,
we didn't get
Super
into
Bowl
the commercials yet. What was anything stand out for you, Scrabe? You're a commercial guy.
Well, kind of. I've stopped being a commercial guy, but I did.
Wait,
love,
when did you stop? This year?
Last couple years. I don't really care about them because I see them beforehand.
How do you see them beforehand?
Because they're on YouTube, and then
you don't have to see them beforehand. You can wait, and
I don't want to do that. I'm gonna watch it. The Dunkin' Donuts one where
people are talking about that.
I loved it when Tom Brady puts his head around. Even though I'm like, why is Tom Brady in everything? That was pretty funny.
You like that one? That was
one.
pretty good because everyone from the old days, Sam Malone was in there.
Yeah, it was all. I don't know if it was
good.
AI or what, but that was pretty.
No,
funny.
that was really Sam Malone. He's alive still.
Yeah, but didn't he look younger?
Yes, they put a.
How about
nice
the
black wig on him.
Budweiser commercial with the eagle? You guys see
I
that one?
loved it, but I know a lot of people thought it was kind of, a little mushy.
I mean, it was AI-ish,
But I enjoyed that.
I liked it too.
Sorry, and then they
picked up the American eagle, kind of raised it, and then it took on.
I liked that, and then they asked the guy, "Are you good? You had a tear in your eye there." He goes, sun's in my eyes. That was a good finish. I like that one.
I liked Pepsi getting at Coca-Cola's polar bears too.
I didn't see.
You didn't see this.
No.
Coca-Cola has the polar bears.
Yeah.
Pepsi basically hijacked their polar bears in their commercials.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
What do you
had to
mean?
do a blind test.
Oh, the polar bear did, and switched over to Pepsi.
He switched over to Pepsi.
That's kind of brilliant. It's kind of brilliant. Even though Pepsi is definitely the worst.
It's easily the worst.
It will never ever catch up to Coke. I know Chris likes Pepsi.
Coke is nothing to beat.
I think
Coke.
Pepsi's better than Coke. If you tied me down, I would go Pepsi.
Tied me down.
Yeah, but I'm pretty easy for either one on that one.
I'm trying to remind myself of some of the commercials that happened yesterday.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if any of them were particularly bad, but anyway, it was an okay commercial day. We normally would also talk about the halftime show, but you can't talk about the halftime show in this particular climate.
Bad Bunny. He did a great job.
I thought he was great.
He did
but
a great
I'm just
job.
saying I don't want anybody to read into my ranking that I enjoyed it, even though I didn't.
Didn't know what he was saying.
Didn't know what he was saying.
I knew more songs than I thought I did about.
But
Bad
I also
Bunny,
will say I got the message he was trying to get across, and I approved.
Job well done.
There you go.
I saw some people in the stadium tuning into their phones while Bad Bunny was doing his thing on the field so they could watch the alternative halftime show.
That's interesting. I did not pay any attention to anybody who was looking at their phone. That's crazy.
There's people posting pictures and videos of themselves turned away from Bad Bunny and watching it.
Good luck hearing it. By the way,
they had earbuds.
Yeah, how would you hear?
I'm sure earbuds helped in that situation.
Well, look, I mean, we're all for people, having the right to do as they choose. So that's fine with me.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
you want to listen to the other show? Go right ahead.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
You can do what you want.
I never really think of the halftime show as being controversial.
I mean, after all,
it really shouldn't be.
After all, although this was way too political on everything, so let's leave that out for the second. The whole idea of the halftime show being what it is now can be traced back to the fact that a long, long time ago, 25 whatever years, 30 years, Fox and Live in Color doing it so you can understand this.
And Live in Color.
Live in Color put out their own halftime show because the Super Bowl halftime show was boring.
It was terrible.
And you know what? If they don't do that, the Super Bowl never comes back with Michael Jackson and never gets going on this.
No Prince, none of that.
This is not the very first time there's been an alternate halftime show, so whatever.
Oh, there was actually a movie show, a movie trailer. Steven Spielberg, Disclosure Day.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they have these. I read about this like 2 months ago, but in the movie they have some sort of.
Why did you say Steven Spielberg? And in my mind, Steven Seagal.
Oh no, not Steven
Process. I
Seagal,
was like,
not
what?
him. He was great in those.
Hard to Kill.
No, what was it? Under Siege or something?
Oh yeah, good at Under Siege.
But there's like clicks that they make in this movie, and if I'm understanding correctly, there's like something that the clicks do, like they have a separate effect on human beings. So it's like the aliens or something.
I did not like Sabrina Carpenter making a person out of Pringles, and then
you wasn't feeling that one.
Well, number one, if you ever seen Sabrina Carpenter, she weighs 8 pounds. She's never eaten a Pringle. There's no way she's ever eaten a
Pringles
Pringle.
on her snack list.
I don't think so. I mean, with all due respect, Sabrina, you're not doing the Pringle thing, so I lost that one.
There was a lot of commercials I'm seeing right now.
I'll tell you one I like, the Uber Eats one where Matthew McConaughey was taunting Bradley Cooper about the football stuff. That was good.
And he takes him to Canton, Ohio.
And he showed up, that's an orange juicer. We were dying on that one.
And then at the end, Bradley Cooper says something like something with beef, and Matthew McConaughey's like, see? And Bradley, no!
That was good. There were some sleepy ones. There were some good ones. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Eric says there's a code in the clicks in this movie. The clicks are very important in this.
I missed that preview. I did see this. I did see the Scream preview though.
Ooh, there's a Scream
new
preview.
one. Yeah,
is Nev Campbell in it?
Yeah, Nev Campbell, and she has a daughter.
By the way, I'm reading these Redfin ads.
Yes,
here on the show. According to Billboard magazine, that ad was the third best one of the day yesterday. I don't want to call it.
Redfin.
It was something to do with Rocket and Redfin, and it was two families living next to each other, one white, one Latino.
Oh yeah. And then it was Everybody Needs a Neighbor.
Yeah. I saw that one. That was a good one.
That
was a good one.
Got a high mark. Apparently, that's the one you need to watch if you want to win the contest. So I'm just saying.
You could tell the neighbor was a little suspicious of his Latino.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Billboard ranked the Pringles one number one. So that
so we're
now is they put it number one. Come on.
All right, let's get to break. More happy hour on the other side. Maybe you catch some traffic at the very end of this commercial break.
For the best.
Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero. Never met a pitch he couldn't swing at. And powerhouse hitter for the Expos and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. and this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously, a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Crisello, yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. 40 hours, I would say, till pitchers and catchers walk into the Peoria facility. You know who'll be like at the front door to greet him? Sammy Levitt. He'll be there. Yeah. He's probably camped out there right now waiting for Joe Musgrove and company to arrive.
I can't wait for his video showing us how his day goes every day.
What does he do? Okay, here's what Sam Levitt does, apparently. He gets up at 6 a.m. He walks over to the other side of the room, sets up a camera on a tripod, presses play, then goes back to bed, pretends to be asleep, and then yawns and kind of wakes up. So he's on camera, being filmed getting awake.
Yeah. Like, oh!
Yeah. That's how Sam does his
that's why he is People.com's.
I know. He's on People magazine. He films himself brushing his teeth, and people love it. They eat it up.
Tony, are you staying in the Airbnb to Narnia again? You're being asked.
Yep. Probably same place, baby.
All right.
Narnia, here I come.
Scraby and I will be coming out to the 7-star Comfort Inn at the
7-star. You say?
I believe so. Yes. Hey, look, it passed my wife's muster, so it must be at least okay.
That's kind of crazy because
she's a little stuck up on stuff like that.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Well, I did. I said it for you. Anyway, our spring training coverage, of course, will be second to none. Sammy's down there. Tony's getting down there at the end of this week, and as I said, Scraby and I will make our run over there in March. We're waiting for the guys to come back from the World Baseball Classic. Some of the other things to look forward to this spring, to me, the ABS system. It's going to be in, right, for spring training. We have seen dabbles of the ABS system. We saw it in the All-Star game.
Fully immersed.
But it's like now it's in, right, Tony? It's there.
It's happening.
So we got to do it for all the spring training to get whatever kinks might be there.
You won't be opting out. You won't be, because we're not going to use it in the regular season. This is going to be the real deal.
It's done.
Now,
I don't want to hear anybody complaining about it.
Now, last year,
everyone seemed to want this.
They only had it in places where basically I think two teams shared a complex.
Okay.
So if you had your own complex,
you didn't have it.
Who has their own complex these days?
Nobody does, do they?
Somebody has their own.
Did you guys have it at Peoria?
Peoria had it because we share it with the Mariners.
Okay.
Dang.
Angels
didn't have it. Didn't have ABS. They might be the only one now, though.
Rockies didn't have it because they just couldn't afford it.
And the Reds didn't have it because Terry Francona didn't want it.
They share it with, so all those places have it.
All right.
So most of the places, well, I think Oakland, they don't share a complex.
How do you think it's going to work, Tony, from your perspective?
I think it's going to be fantastic.
All right. So is it going to be – it'll take some getting used to no matter what. But do you think anybody will challenge a call in the first 3 innings? Or we're going to save it?
There's going to be
right?
know what that decides – you know what? I'm gonna outsmart the system. I'm gonna get one in, and it's gonna backfire because they're gonna need that.
Then you're
later
lost,
in the
right?
game. Yeah, man.
Our players, okay, are you going to be mad at your teammate with 2 outs, bases empty, using the challenge system, and then maybe messing it up for your team later on? Like, could the manager say, "Hey"?
I think there will be maybe not written rules, but unwritten rules on when you who should use it and when it should be used. Right? We I think early.
Are you trying to tell me that like Matt McCoy shouldn't use it, but Manny can?
No, not necessarily.
No?
I'm saying that if
Mason McCoy,
Manny has, if Manny, I believe Matt
McCoy is
he's a coach. I believe
coach somewhere.
And that's Mike McCoy. I think if indeed Manny has a pitch early, and I don't even think this will happen, but and he wanted to challenge it earlier, he probably wouldn't challenge it. Versus McCoy having an at bat in the 9th that is a game changing.
Then he's got to use it.
He's got to use it.
What? Who will use it more? The catcher or the pitcher?
Catcher. I think the catchers are going to use it the most.
Mason Miller already said he's not allowing himself to challenge.
I think the catchers. I think most pitchers aren't going to be allowed.
Good
to use
try.
It.
If it's right down Broad Street and that ump's arm doesn't go, it's almost impossible for you not to challenge.
He won't need to. The catcher's going to do it. I don't think there are very many pitchers that end up doing it. It's going to either be hitter or it's going to be catcher most of the time.
I guess I'm thinking back to my day and age on the mound. I would be screaming down there.
Yeah, you would.
That's a strike.
And that's why Coach Dietz would have already disarmed
me.
Yeah,
I'm out.
You're done.
I'm out.
You can't do it. Here's the deal. The catchers and the hitters always have the best.
They should know.
They best look.
Yeah. Well,
now sometimes hitters' ego get in the way, and pitchers
know too, Tony.
No, they don't.
We think everything is a strike.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they don't.
That's why they don't let us.
So let's just take Xander Bogaerts' last at bat of the year.
Oh yeah, if there's a challenge available,
he's immediately doing it.
Yes.
Well, how about this? With 2 outs and you haven't used your challenge, top of the 9th, strike 2, you take strike 3, you might as well challenge it or the game's over.
For sure.
Even if it's right down the middle.
For sure.
The hell?
Maybe ABS gets it wrong this one time.
Maybe. Stay alive. A couple of names to look for that they're really, when they overstate a guy, like this is going to be the next greatest player in history.
Who you got?
I got 3 names for you. One is Kevin McGonigal, Detroit Tigers infielder. Everybody's saying this guy is the next whatever. Will he make the big leagues this year? We're not sure. Next, Seattle Mariners, Colt Emerson. Don't know what he does. And then the biggest of all, like this kid ought to, honestly, he either better be Alex Rodriguez without cheating or bust.
What's his name?
Connor Griffin.
Shortstop?
Yeah. Pirates. All you read is that he's the best prospect like in the history of baseball. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that. I'm reading that. He had like 65 steals and OPS over 1,000 last year, whatever.
What does that statement make you feel, though?
It makes me feel like no matter what he does, he's not going to live up to this unless he gets a hit every time up. And I think that that's a disservice to this guy because nobody can be that good.
Nobody's ever been that good.
Yeah. I mean, they're really talking about it like, he had the OPS over 1,000. He stole 60 bases. I believe he's 19 years old. So, but see what happens, I guess. Names to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
By the way, I'd like to tell if I message out to anybody in my absurdly difficult fantasy baseball league, I'm sure somebody already has Connor Griffin. Like I won't even be able to have a chance to get him. I don't know how they get him.
I don't know they'd have to get him because he's not in the big leagues yet.
It doesn't matter. They add him to their roster, and then we show up at the draft, and I go, I'd like to get a bid on Connor Griffin. They go, nah, I've had him for 3 years. What, did you have him when he was in Little League?
You should claim him. You should claim him right now.
You should claim him now.
Right. I should try. It's I don't get how
get ahead of it.
Work. Get ahead of it.
There's something that bothers me about people taking that seriously.
Let me ask you a question. Are the people in your league, are they into prospects unlike yourself?
Way into. That's why I've never won it, Tony.
You're gonna have to come off of that thought.
I just can't win. I can't win. They're ahead of me on these guys every time, and they'll always be ahead of me.
And you have more access to this stuff, that you should be dominating this league.
Yeah, I should, but I don't have the access.
That's because you're being stubborn.
You know why I don't have the access, Tony? Because when I get home, I watch Jeopardy. When they get home, they go on the MILB site and they devour it. So that's why they beat me.
I can see that.
And it's okay.
Chris is trying to play catch up on all the games he missed the weekend, and these guys are locked in on MILB.
While we're in commercial, I'm going to look at our website and see which player in my league already has Connor Griffin. I guarantee he was picked up by somebody last year before anybody ever knew who he was. And probably somebody got him for like $2.
But that's the
thing.
And
the rest of us went, we don't care.
He's
not
even in the league.
It doesn't even matter.
Was
but
he
now
on the
he's gonna
40
be,
man last year?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
So we do have rules. We have a lot of crazy rules.
You can't be picking someone up not on a 40 man.
What's my man's name?
Connor Griffin.
Connor with a K. Connor Griffin.
Oh, Connor with a K. Huh?
Connor with a K.
I've never heard of a Connor
this.
with a K.
Never?
No,
you have now.
Yeah, I have. Maybe we'll deliver it on the other side.
Let's just call him future Hall of Famer Connor Griffin. He's in the Hall of Fame. He has no choice.
I don't know why I just can't
Connor
imagine anybody but
not,
Peter Griffin.
Hold up. Let me get there. Infield. Greg. He is not on their 40-man roster.
All right. Well, then you shouldn't be able to pick him up if he's on the 40-man roster.
I'm looking right now. I don't have time before the break to look at everyone's roster, but I'll check it. And we'll see what the Connor Griffin story is, and then come back with more and some more prospect talk, because you'll be really smart when you hear this interview with Sam Dykstra of MILB.com next.
Hey, it's Ben and thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm going to laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. Doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm gonna try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh man, this is hot. It's not that bad though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan. Be back shortly. I would be back shortly if the thing will click. See, I'm clicking. I'm clicking. I have no idea what's happening. It's not playing any commercials right now. Well, this is just great, everybody. Let me see if I could try to start another one. All right. Well, this is awesome. On the air right now with no help, and there are no commercials to be played. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, everybody? You're getting a real live thing right here. This is real live Matt Scraby. I'm going to have to restart Wide Orbit real quick. So goodbye, Wide Orbit. It's not even closing. I'm going to text Adam, and I'm going to say, Adam, I tried to go to break, and the commercials did not play. And the program won't shut down. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have to do some Control-Alt-Delete over here. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, I got it. Task Manager. It's not coming up. There it goes. Task Manager came up, everybody. I have no idea. I'm way too generous with my stroke giving. Never mind.
Are you really?
Never mind.
Wait.
I did not mean for that to happen. I did not.
That sounds like a promo to me.
Scraby's giving out strokes. I can't wait to hear that one. I'm gonna laugh for a while on that one.
Nate says, Scravy, maybe you should date her.
You might be a generous stroke giver, but I don't think she really wants to leave her boyfriend for that.
All right, that was good. That was good. In full disclosure, I'm reading this. Tony can't gather himself right now. That was a good one, Chris. That was a really good one. So I saw this at 7-Eleven, and I had to get it. It's called the One Chip Challenge. It was sitting there in the aisle, and I thought, why not? Because I am into spicy stuff. But this thing looks pretty hot. I'm not going to lie. It says a Reaper pepper and a Scorpion pepper. It's also in the shape of a coffin, which doesn't make me very happy about that. Doesn't make me feel good. Oh, extreme heat, it says. I'm going to try a little bit first, just so I don't die, I guess. That's the thing I'm saying. This looks... I don't even know if I should be eating this. It looks like it has mold or something, but let's see how hot it is. Let's go. There's a little bit of spice there. It's going. Oh, man. This is hot. It's not that bad, though. I still have this side to go. It is getting hot. I'm not gonna lie. My mouth is like getting crazy. Now it's kicking in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish this. Honestly, it's getting serious. I gotta go with the milk. My mouth is dying right now. Yeah, this is not fun, guys. Never gonna do that again because my mouth is on fire. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The
On the clock and just cruising to the end of the show. Scraby Chronicles follows. Can't wait to hear what he's got in store for you guys the next hour.
Me too.
He can't wait to hear himself. Connor Griffin, not available because he's not on the 40-man roster.
But he's not taken either yet.
No.
But I don't know how I'm going to get him in my draft. Somehow they'll work it where I can't get him. I don't know.
I think you should call it right now. You have no better
Now,
public way
I'm just
to call
picking
it.
him up right now.
Now, listen, Connor is he has a shot. I mean, he is a non-roster invitee to spring training, so he can come in and set the world on fire.
If he makes the roster the first 2 weeks, then we can all bid on him.
But I just knowing the way the Pittsburgh's Pirates, I almost called them the Steelers, operate.
They'll send him back.
They're not going to start this clock until they absolutely have to.
That's what they did with Paul Skeens.
Yes, indeed. They
By the
don't want
way,
to be paying too much money. Now.
Remember we were talking about an hour and a half ago in the Big
bit,
Five? We were talking about Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Joe Rivera of USA Today suggests that the Dolphins could be a landing spot if he's serious about coming out of retirement.
You're all for that.
I'm not joking
anything
at this point.
What are they going to do with the $80 million contract that Tua has for this next year?
They're going to have to suck it up the way the Broncos did with Russell Wilson and figure it out. I don't care. That doesn't interest me. Just get a team together.
They're going to have to eat it.
Yeah, you made a mistake, so move on.
The longer you try to pretend like you didn't make a mistake, the more it's going to cost you.
Yeah, I mean, the Broncos had this same issue. 2 years later, they're in the Super Bowl, or almost in the Super Bowl.
Now their quarterback hates their coach too. So
I don't,
happy for the Denver Broncos.
That is true. But
did all that work to sabotage their quarterback, and then you accidentally sabotaged your new one, putting his business out there.
He's had like 9 knee surgeries. I'm surprised he can even walk. Sean Payton, dummy.
He is kind of dumb. I mean,
he is kind of dumb.
I think there's certain things people are sensitive about, and
it was clear that Nick's was sensitive about. He created his own press conference for crying out loud.
He did.
And,
just to call out his coach.
And watching back, as you said, Sean Payton just seemed like an older gentleman that was rambling. He should have just stopped.
But I'm an expert on everything.
He wanted to let you know how much he knew.
Yeah. When you go in there,
get this right, and he's had another one, and he's had another one.
You know, sometimes when you go in there, you find more. It's like you're not a surgeon.
Stop, just stop. I know you slept at the Holiday Inn last night, but chill. You're doing
Dr. Payton. Keep it down.
Let's get to
biggest fan.
Oh yes, can't
forget that.
Can't forget that. All right, for our biggest fan today. None other than Austin Coop of La Mesa.
Last
give us
name
a call.
Is Coop? It's not Cooper?
No.
Nope.
Coop.
Just Coop. Okay.
Austin Coop of La Mesa. Give us a call within the next 10 minutes, 833-288-0973. And you'll qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey suite at a Padres game with all of the fan staff later this season. It'll be catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. Remember, to register your name at 973thefan.sd.com/biggest fan. Again, Austin Coop, 833-288-0973. Let's check traffic. And then Sam Dykstra of MILB.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Well, the good news is no incidents or accidents to report. Bad news is you're still seeing a lot of that usual slowing in the usual spots, but at least nothing getting in your way at this time. Heads up, San Diego, the next long weekend is coming up. Get road ready now. Valvoline Instant Oil Change gets you in and out fast. No appointment needed. Real pros check lights, fluids, and tires with any oil change. Locations and coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Joining us on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Sam, I'll start with where I was kind of going there. The last ranking I saw, now this isn't your ranking, and of course I put a lot more stock in your ranking, frankly, but the worldwide leader had the Padres farm system rated the 30th best in baseball out of 30 teams. Has it gotten that dire for the Padres in the minor league system?
Hey guys, yeah, thanks for having me.
Sure.
We'll do our own farm system rankings here in about a month and a half, maybe. We're going to be doing our top 30s in about a month, and then farm system rankings coming short out after that. I mean, yes, when we're looking at what the bottom rung of the ladder right now is in terms of farm systems, the Padres are certainly going to be there. Will they be number 30 for us? I have to talk to my colleagues, Jim Callis and Jonathan Mayo, about that. But
yeah,
when you're trading away guys like Leo DeVries and you're trading away so many big chunks of the farm system like they did at the deadline, that's eating into your depth. That's eating into your top end talent too. When you're coming off a year in which Ethan Salas had a rough year, and for us now, Cruz Schoolcraft is their best prospect, but we haven't actually seen him pitch really solid pro innings yet. He got a very, very small taste at Lake Elsinore last year. There are just so many question marks up and down this list that, yeah, when you're looking at other systems, they may lack depth, but at least they have a few stars, or they may have, depth, but not a lot of stars, but there's good guys 1 through 30. It has gotten a little bit of that dire through their own making because they traded so many guys away. I will say the optimism here is every time you think the Padres are down, they develop a guy like Miguel Mendez, right? Like they do a really good job at internal development and turning prospects who we don't think of much of at the beginning of the year into legitimate pieces by the trade deadline. And that is to their credit.
Sam, is that part of the kind of calculus as you guys wait until a month and a half, 2 months before you guys start to come out, is to maybe get a look at some of these guys here in spring and as they start the early portion of the season?
I mean, it certainly helps. I will say that. I mean, I've been making calls here, for the last few weeks, and sometimes you're hearing about guys who have been in instructional league or the bridge league late last year, but also we're hearing stuff now about guys who have showed up early, right? Like Schoolcraft is already showing up there. Ethan Salas will be an NRI guy, so he's been in camp, and that's encouraging to hear. That certainly helps. Everybody comes out with their own timing, and I get that. Some people want to get their lists out before spring training starts.
Yeah.
We're trying to get people ready for the season. That's the only reason why we do it when we do it. But it is a little bit advantageous of us to wait a little bit while longer and maybe get some bits of information of how guys are doing as they show up to camp rather than how they looked at the tail end of last year.
I think that's sharp and smart. Sam Dykstra is from MILB.com. Sam, in your being around, baseball and the minor league and the systems and the prospects and all of that, and maybe over the last 10 years, in your mind, has the way teams regard their own prospects changed in any way in terms of, maybe it's just because we see what the Padres do, but are more teams now sending prospects away to get talent as opposed to saving and holding on to their prospects for them to come up through the system? Has that changed at all, or does it maybe just seem like it has to me?
It's kind of felt like it has. I'll say that. I don't have data in front of me to back this up. It feels like teams are less willing to prospect hug. I mean, the Padres have never been willing to prospect hug ever. But, the idea being, yeah, this guy might be good for us 2-3 years down the line, but we've seen even really good prospects. I think of Jared Kelnick, right? Everybody was really on him. It was either him or Julio Rodriguez who was going to be the center fielder for the Mariners someday. And now Jared Kelnick's bounced around plenty of teams. He's getting non-roster invites, minor league contracts. Even the guys you think are guarantees as prospects don't necessarily always work out that way. So I think teams are more willing to trade them, knowing that, hey, if I can get better now and I can get that pennant, in my stadium, that's the thing that flies forever. So I think teams have been a little bit more willing to trade prospects. One thing that I found interesting the last few years is that teams are more willing to trade draft picks, guys who they have just selected, not the picks themselves, but recent draft picks before they really even debut. Because what we've seen is, teams are more willing to let them go. They don't have an attachment to that player yet, if it's your 7th round pick or something. But the team who was acquiring them might see some traits in there, and they're like, now we'll get you for a longer development path, right? We're not getting you as a AAA player and there's so much hay in the barn. We're going to put the hay in the barn ourselves. We're going to get you early if we like you. And I found that a little bit interesting. But the trends always change, right? Next we'll find out no top 100 prospects will be traded this trade deadline, and everybody's back to prospect hugging. So it ebbs and flows.
Sam Dykstra joins us, MILB.com. talking a little bit about the Padres roster. And Sam, my next question is really kind of more of a general question. You speak of kind of the ebbs and flows of how people change the way they look and go about the drafting guys and developing guys. It does seem to be a little bit of a shift. I mean, it was for a long time. Teams coveted more high school guys that, although they may take a little bit of time to develop, they were going to be younger, have a chance to really have a longer period of time with the player. We've seen more college guys, it feels like, started to go here recently. What's been your take on has that actually been a change, or is this kind of just one of those things where one year it's one way, the next year it's a different?
Yeah, I mean, it has trended that way a little bit. And I will say this, like for a while there, COVID still had some after effects, right? You were getting guys who were losing a year of development in high school when they were freshmen or sophomores. And if you're a team looking to draft somebody, you'd rather them lose that in college,
right?
Where at least they were around the right facilities, they were able to do other things to kind of pick that back up. Now, as we've gone along, obviously NIL has picked up, and just the facilities and the way guys are developing at college, they have the vocabulary that pros have earlier in their careers. So you're more willing to take, somebody like a Liam Doyle last year, who you already know he's playing into the incredible rise of his fastball because he has that language. He understands how the pitch works. It's something that's constantly being talked about now, is development being shipped out to colleges rather than the lower levels? Obviously, as somebody who covers the minor leagues specifically, I hope that's not the case. I'd still want, let's say, international players who don't have access to college getting that. I want to see high school players getting that opportunity. But the more and more standards change at the college level, the better the facilities get, the better coaches get. I think you're going to see more folks go to college knowing that the NIL money is there. You don't have to wait to get paid. And you're going to get better players at that level, and they're going to turn into better juniors when they get drafted.
Sam Dykstra knows it all when it comes to the prospect world. Sam, I want to ask you about the Padres and some of the names of people that we don't know that maybe you're a little ahead of us, or maybe you mentioned Miguel Mendez. You mentioned Schoolcraft. We know about Ethan Salas. We've been talking about him for a while. Where else do the Padres maybe have somebody that we should keep a little eye on? Maybe somebody that might pop up at spring training somewhere that we should look at.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued on how they're going to use Miguel Mendez. Somebody who's now on the 40-man roster, used a breakout year last year, 3 levels, some struggle at AA. But you say this about every organization. Once they get to AA, they're basically a major league option. That's especially true for San Diego. It was a fastball 95 to 98, a mid-80s slider. Slider got 52% whiff. He's got an upper 80s changeup too that might just be an average pitch, but at least that's something he can throw to lefties. It's mostly just for change of speeds. Only 23 years old, 6'2". If you watch him, he's listed at 165. He might be a little bit bigger than that, but the jersey is kind of wearing him in some ways. So there's still some opportunity to add strength. And if he's throwing 95, 98, making sure he can hold that is going to be huge. The clock is starting now, right? He's on the 40-man. He's showing up as somebody who is on the roster. He's not just a non-roster invite guy. For me, it's a debate between him and Cash Mayfield of who is that number 3 prospect in this system. But he's going to get tons of looks this spring of hey, are you somebody we send to El Paso, or are you somebody we send back to San Antonio? Or are you maybe even somebody who we use in the bullpen and hope, not hope, but if there is an opportunity to push you into the rotation, we can do that there too. I think the spectrum of what could happen to Miguel Mendez is wide, and it's to his credit to forcing his way into this conversation.
Sam Dykstra joins us, MILB.com. And Sam, Ethan Salas, you mentioned him. He's been highly regarded for quite a bit of time. And I think it's important that for everybody, remember, he came in at a very, very young age. He's coming off of injury last year. Where do you think where do you think Ethan Salas should be viewed in terms of his timeline and perhaps getting to the big leagues?
Yeah, I think it's probably 2027 that we should honestly talk about him making the big leagues. I know I just said, once you're at AA, you're in the conversation, and I wholly expect him to be back in San Antonio. He only got a handful of games there last year, right before the back injury. But I think if you're the Padres right now, as much as they like to be aggressive, somebody coming off all that lost time, somebody who had a really down 2024, he was getting better in the tail end for high A Fort Wayne, and he was looking a little bit better in the Arizona Fall League. But he just needs to produce week in and week out. You need to see that sustained. And you need to see him healthy, right? After last year, there was a time where it seemed like, okay, maybe he'll come back for the second half. That didn't happen. They didn't want to push him. Then they were going to send him to the Fall League. Well, that didn't happen because he wasn't quite in the right place. Sounds like he got there in the offseason. But I would, if I were them, try to get him to 100 games, right? If it's between San Antonio and Paso, all the better. Hopefully the defense is plus like it was before the injury. But I need to see the bat come back around. I need to see the power return. And, hopefully this time next year, we're talking about him as a legit option for them behind the plate. I know they could use the help back there, but don't push him just because the major league team needs it. Make sure he's doing it on his own. And I think we're a year away from that conversation.
Sam, this is great stuff, and I know the fans appreciate all of the insight. I appreciate the insight as well. Tirso Ornelas, Eggy Rosario. Eggy's 26, Tirso's 25. One guy's on the 40-man. Eggy's trying to work his way back. These are names we've heard, we've seen. Is there any chance, or is it getting too late for these guys?
Yeah, I think there's still a chance for Tirso Ornelas. He's somebody who, I'll be honest with you, like as I'm doing my Padres rankings right now, Eggy Rosario is graduated for us, but Ornelas still has eligibility remaining. He's turning 26 in March. Like, it's obviously old for Prospectum, but because this isn't a deep system, he still qualifies. He's still going to make the top 30 in some way. You just really hope he would have broken through by this point.
Yeah.
Missed 2 months with plantar fasciitis last year. Was just very slightly above average at AAA, but he's been there for so long, you would hope he would have hit his way out by now. I'm going to be interested to see how it goes. I mean, he played in the Mexican Winter League, was not very good in the regular season, but was really good in the playoffs. Sounded like he was maybe an option for Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. The Padres shut that down so he could be in camp and be around them more. There's nothing that's really going to pop off, right? Like, I don't think he's going to be a 60 power guy on the 20 to 80 scale. But at least get him to a point where he could be a platoon bat, somebody you can stick in left field with some of their other options. We'll see how it goes. Maybe he can keep up this momentum from the winter, or maybe that was just a mirage. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on him all spring.
All of a sudden, you could ask me a question about the Padres prospects, and I'd sound like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, thank you, Sam. That was really good. I enjoyed that. Really good update on everything, and give us a little preview of what's to come here. Hope we can catch up with you again. Appreciate all your hard work behind the scenes for us Padre fans. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, guys. Anytime.
Sam Dykstra, as always, taking care of us on the minor league front.
I'm going to go get me Miguel Mendez in my fantasy draft before anybody knows about him.
Remember, all guests on 97.3 The Fan. Join us on the David P. Shapiro Fan Hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. I've been struggling today a little bit more than I did in our Christopher's fans, our Fantabulous Sports Game Show when we had the countries. I was a little
Hungary?
better. I was a little better that day than I've been today.
What was the new country you just invented up there?
Finmark.
Not Finland.
I took the
not Denmark.
I took the F off of Finland.
Finmark.
Took the D off of Denmark and just flipped them.
Finmark.
By the way, we have a Fantabulous tomorrow, right?
Oh, I'm looking to get on the board.
Champ is here.
Scraby's been the champ for a couple of weeks now, maybe longer, because I don't think we did one last week.
We definitely did.
2026 is new year. New Scrabe. New year.
There's no way he wins again tomorrow. There's no way.
Chronicles coming up next. Scrabe, you ready to roll?
I am.
Good luck, y'all. Next hour, Scraby in the Chronicles.
The Olympics.
More Olympics coming your way.